And, and you just made the Sade on point about it. Wherever the roster sets up, it doesn't matter. At some point in the very near future, he's going to be on the Boston Red Sox because he has been too good not to be and can help this team, to your point.
Yeah, and last night he hit 3 balls over 100 miles an hour. 107 off the bat on a single, 103 on 2 doubles in the game last night. Final thing for you, Cooper. Richard Fitz gets the start today. I rattled off this stat before. It is amazing. First pitcher in Major League Baseball to post an ERA below 3, with his team going 0-6 in his first 6 starts since ERA became official in 1912. You've seen a lot of him, over this last year plus. When he's on, what is it looking like?
It looks like hard 4-seamers at the top of the zone and everything else playing off of that. You were talking about the weather, too, that he's worked through. It's 56 degrees right now. He's going to have a day. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're talking to a few people here in Chicago. They said this is the best day so far for baseball in Chicago that there's been. This is a beautiful day to pitch in April in the Midwest. And Richard Fitz is on the mound. So I think you're going to see velo. I think you're going to see command. And I also think this, just having watched him at AAA and getting to know him over the course of the last year as he got to the big leagues, he relishes this moment where, yeah, Garrett Crochet is your stopper tomorrow. He's your ace. No matter what happens today, you're going to wake up tomorrow feeling like you're going to win the game. But I think Richard Fitz, in his mind, looks at this as this team is a piano on my back. How far can I carry it today? And I think you are going to see the ultra-competitive version, not that it's not always there, but especially today on a day where you need a win against a team like this, I really, really do believe he's going to start the day by setting the tone, and you'll see 96 and 97 and show that against, by the way, a lineup that has 6 right-hand hitters, which helps too.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, Red Sox versus White Sox. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Richard Fitz on the bump going for the Red Sox. Coop, appreciate the time. Congratulations again, my man, and hoping for a better result in Chicago today.
Joe, appreciate you always. I will see you soon, brother.
All right, coming up next, the guy that Coop will be calling the game with, Will Fleming. He joins us because we will be playing his sit-down conversation with Red Sox manager Alex Cora, which is presented by your New England Ford dealers. Again, it is the Red Sox versus the White Sox at Wright Field. Game 2 of a 3-game set. First pitch at 4:10. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Baseball season is here, and that means one thing. It's time to fire up the grill and knock dinner out of the park with Hatfield Pork. Hatfield marinated tenderloins and pork loin fillets have the home run flavor your whole family will love.
Whoa, that's a grand slam of goodness right there.
Don't strike out with anything less. Load up your plate, put pork on your fork, and bring home the taste of summer with Hatfield Pork. Visit simplyhatfield.com for recipes and to find a retailer near you.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
Catchy tune, right? But don't let the urge to sing along distract you from the truck drifting towards your lane, or that lane-splitting biker creeping up beside you. Fortunately, every Hyundai offers advanced safety features that can alert you to potential dangers around you. And Hyundai has over 120 IIHS top safety awards since 2006. Because Hyundai is always working to ensure the road doesn't... Hyundai vehicles have won over 120 IIHS top safety awards from 2006 to 2024.
Carla only has the best tech. Can't connect to network. But she didn't have the best internet. So she got Cox multi-gig speeds to power all her... Now, all her tech is... connected. Give your tech the speed it deserves. Get our top-tier internet with Cox multi-gig. 2 gig download speeds, individual speeds vary. See Cox.com for details.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app, America's fastest-growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, you can bet on all your favorite sports. So head to the app now, and new SGPs, odds boosts, and special offers. Must be 18 years or older. Please play responsibly.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. And boy, the Red Sox looking for a bounce back after a really tough loss last night. Not only the final score, but who it was against in the Chicago White Sox. Of course, the Red Sox fall 11-1. Yesterday, looking for a bounce back on in the middle match of a 3-game set between the two Sox clubs. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 48 years and the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. And here is Alex Cora with our very own Will Fleming.
Game 2 in Chicago with the manager Alex Cora. I think he said it best. Flush it, move on. Now, that was a performance to forget last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't play well. Actually, Sean threw the ball okay, to be honest with you. We didn't make a play, and then after that, bloop single here and there. There was one pitch here, there in Amaya, right? First and second, 2 outs, a cutter that he left out of the plate and hit the ball down the line. But overall, just one of those that you have to turn the page right away and be ready for tonight.
With a team like the White Sox, we've been in here a couple years in a row where they're really scuffling. But if you give them a little hope, a little light, you can feel it in their dugout. They get into it. I'm sure you've been on teams like that. Is that a real thing? You got to kind of stomp them early and not give them any early chances?
It's the big leagues, right? And, it's one of those that people are capable, especially on the mound. You know, you got guys throwing 97, 98, sinkers and cutters and changeups at 91, you know. So if you pitch, you have a chance. We didn't pitch yesterday. We didn't play good defense. I got a shot. It just happens. Well, I was talking to Ramon about it, too. You know, the hard thing is, like, yeah, it's the White Sox. It's the White Sox. You know what? The White Sox, they have lost 8 in a row, you know, and at one point they're going to win a game, right? And it just happened that we've been here twice on a long losing streak for them, and they step up and play better than us.
You've talked so much about how Tristan's better defensively, and he has been to start this year. But again, that's one of those plays that it tends to speed up on him. What's next for him in that kind of a spot?
I think, honestly, the chase single, good for him, right? I think he makes that play. He should make that play. The other one, he just rushed himself. It was Narvaez running, right, with the ground ball. So make sure you get one, and if we get two, we'll be very happy. But it's one of those that, you know, hey, you have good days, bad days, right? And yesterday defensively for him wasn't a good one.
We know that you hate bad defense, and you could see it on your face last night. It's such a difficult thing, Alex, because you guys have put new drills, new coaches, new processes in. You got new players on the field. As you sit here now, you know, 2.5 weeks into the season, I know you're happy with the overall approach defensively, but what's next to really clean it up?
Just be consistent. You know, if the ball is off the wall, don't rush. Catch it and throw it. You know, just slow it down. Stop the plays. You know, and we will be okay. You know, if you look at, you know, the week, there were a few there that you're like, that's not going to happen again, right? But you know, yesterday that was frustrating, to be honest with you. You know, we expect better than us. We got standards, and that's not up to our standards, you know. And hopefully we get in a streak here, just like hitting, right? Like gain momentum defensively and make some good plays. Trevor played a heck of a shortstop yesterday. Alex made a great play coming in. But overall, we have to be better.
In a lot of ways, I think it's the perfect time for a lefty to be on the mound because you get Refsnyder and Romy in the lineup. And we've seen enough from them these last 2 years. A team that's struggling in clutch spots, that's kind of chasing pitches. Don't you think the two of them bring a real professional approach to the plate?
Yeah, I mean, they're swinging the bat well, too. You know, put Romy in the leadoff spot, hopefully runs into one, and give us some energy. That'll be great. And, you know, Ref, obviously, you know, that's what he does. And, you know, take some pressure off JD, you know, give him the day off. You know, there's 99% chance that we won't see him regardless of what happens, you know, like giving a real off day, just disconnect from the whole thing. And then with Tristan, just be ready. But I think there's a good lineup today. Let Willie face a lefty. He's swinging the bat extremely well, and it's good to have him in the lineup.
He's got a little Raffy in him where he can carry an offense for weak Willier, that is. And yesterday, it was one of those days where you just watch the swing and you go, uh-oh, he could go for 10 days, don't you think?
Yeah, good swings on the fastball, stay back on the changeup, just hitting the ball hard, man. It's a different swing. It's a different swing, more agile, moving faster, but at the same time, his decisions are still the same. Very sound, and excited about him, excited about his season. It looks like it's going to be a really good one.
Richard goes for the third time. You pushed him hard last time. What do you make of his season so far, and what do you look for today?
He's been good, just like last year. I think the repertoire is a lot better. Velocity's up there, and he throws a lot of strikes. I think we can do a better job, probably expanding with 2 strikes, going for the punch. But at the same time, you know, the more strikes you throw, the better it's going to be for you, and that's what he does.
You told a great story a minute ago of you at 12 years old coming here to be with your brother Joey and how Ozzie Guillen took him under his wing. I didn't realize you chose to wear number 13 because of Ozzie.
Yeah. My favorite player is Roberto Alomar. One of my favorite people is Ozzie Guillen. You know what he means to our family is amazing. The guy obviously played well. He was a good shortstop. I mean, I still remember watching a game when I was a kid. Was it to clinch the AL East or something? The Red Sox, he hit that ball down the line, and Brunansky make the play, right?
And nobody could see it.
Yeah, he was the last out. I remember that. But, you know, pants up, eye black, let's go. And then, obviously, he's very tough on managers here in Chicago.
Yeah, you're lucky he's not on our airwaves. There's something really cool, Alex, you know, whether it's him, whether it's Vizquel, Roberto, some of these Latin American middle infielders, there's just a special kind of like hand ability, awareness on the infield. How does that, I mean, it's like it's in your blood, in the culture. Where does that come from?
Playing in bad fields.
Learn to deal with a bad bounce,
yeah,
huh?
You have to defend yourself. So you learn how to move your feet, which is the most important thing. If you take a look at the good ones, even Trevor, you keep pumping his feet, and that's what you do as an infielder. The hands are the hands, but I think if you have good footwork, you're going to be okay.
You think your bullpen's pretty well set up? I mean, we were worried with, Wink coming out for 3 innings and then using Bernie, but you feel like you got enough bullets out there.
Yeah, I think those 4 innings put us in a good spot for today and tomorrow, and hopefully it works out. Just Fitzy give us 5 or 6, and then we go from there.
Last thing, we'll talk a lot about Garrett tomorrow, but does it give you a different mindset today, knowing that you got him waiting for tomorrow?
Yes, 100%. Obviously, you cannot take that for granted, but you know that he's going to go deeper into the game. So today, probably be more aggressive if we have the game on the line, and get the W and be ready for tomorrow.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Will.
All right, that is Red Sox manager Alex Cora with our very own Will Fleming, and it's time now to bring you today's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Different looking lineup today with Martin Perez on the bump for the White Sox, a left-hander, of course, former Red Sox pitcher in 2020 and 2021. But because he's on the hill, the Sox, that being the Red Sox, are rolling 7 right-handed hitters out in their starting lineup. It begins with Romy Gonzalez. He's playing first base. He's 7 for 15 to start off the year. Rafael Devers in the 2 spot, and he is the DH, hitting .268 on the season. Devers, after that slow start to the year in which he was 0 for 21, slow being a nice word there. He's been a lot better, and you heard Alex Cora talk about Rafael Devers in that pregame chat. He's 15 for his last 37 at the plate with 6 extra base hits, so he's been a whole lot better. And again, he is batting in the 2 spot. He reached base twice yesterday on 2 walks. Alex Bregman batting third. He's playing at third base. Rob Refsnyder with the left-hander on the mound. He's in the cleanup spot. He's in left field. Trevor Story bats fifth. He's the shortstop. Christian Campbell batting 6th, and he is a second baseman. He's off to an awesome start in his career. He has reached base safely now in 14 consecutive games. We'll see if he can keep that rolling here today in the middle match of a 3-game set, hitting .333 on the year. Wilyer Abreu, the only other left-handed hitter in the lineup, he bats 7th, and he's hitting .364 on this season, .659 slugging percentage. He's out in right field, 4 doubles, 3 home runs. Carlos Narvaez doing the catching today for the Red Sox, 6 for 25 of the campaign, but he's been great defensively for Boston so far this year. And then Cedar Rafaela rounding out the 9. He's in center field. We'd love to see more pop in his bat because he has just 8 hits on the season, all of which singles. Quickly give you the 9 for the White Sox. Miguel Vargas, he's at third. Nick Maton, the designated hitter. Luis Robert Jr., he's in center field batting third. Andrew Vaughn cleans things up. He's at first base. Joshua Palacios, he is out in right field, bats 5th. Chase Mydroth, former Red Sox prospect, bats 6th. He is a shortstop, reached base 4 times in his major league debut last night. Lenine Sosa bats 7th. He's at second. Omar Narvaez bats 8th. He is the catcher. And then Michael A. Taylor rounds out the 9, and he is in left field for the White Sox. On the hill for the Red Sox, Richard Fitz, 0-2 with an ERA of 4.50 in his Red Sox tenure so far this year. Looking for not only his first win in a Red Sox uniform, but for the first time in his career, hoping that the Red Sox can win one of his starts because the Red Sox are 0-6 in his starts so far in his career. Not his fault, though, entirely. He's got a 2.76 ERA already in his career. Martin Perez on the other side for the White Sox, 1-0, 0.73 ERA in 2 starts, 13 strikeouts, and 12 in a third inning so far this year. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. A little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up next, we'll get you the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing, and then we'll also get you a Subaru of New England scoreboard update as well. Again, it's the Red Sox versus the White Sox. First pitch coming up in about 25 minutes from Chicago. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather-appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Baseball season is here, and that means one thing. It's time to fire up the grill and knock dinner out of the park with Hatfield Pork. Hatfield's marinated tenderloins and pork loin fillets have the home run flavor your whole family will love.
Whoa, that's a grand slam of goodness right there.
Don't strike out with anything less. Load up your plate, put pork on your fork, and bring home the taste of summer with Hatfield Pork. Visit simplyhatfield.com for recipes and to find a retailer near you.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carla only has the best tech. Can't connect to network. But she didn't have the best internet. So she got Cox multi-gig speeds to power all her... Now, all her tech is... connected. Give your tech the speed it deserves. Get our top-tier internet with Cox multi-gig. 2 gig download speeds, individual speeds vary. See Cox.com for details.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app, America's fastest-growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, you can bet on all your favorite sports. So head to the app now, and new SGPs, odds boosts, and special offers. Must be 18 years or older. Please play responsibly.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. And boy, are you ready for some more baseball to try to shake off what happened last night in Chicago. Red Sox versus White Sox. First pitch coming up at 4:10, so in about 20 minutes. And let's get you the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. And here is my lock of the game. If the Red Sox score first, they're going to win this game. They're 4-0 this season when they score first. They're 3-8 when the opposing team scores first. So it's actually happened 11 out of the first 15 games in which the opposing team ends up scoring first against the Red Sox. This is not a good White Sox team. I'm not telling you anything new. 3-10 coming into this game, even though they won yesterday 11-1. And that's why I feel confident that if the Red Sox could just get the early lead, they're going to win this game. But the problem was yesterday they fell behind 2-0, and then the White Sox ended up scoring 4 unearned runs in the fourth inning, created some distance, and ultimately won it by 10. The defense is obviously going to be better, at least you'd have to imagine, in this game today, because yesterday was the first 5-error game for the Red Sox since August 21st of 2021 against Texas. And just speaking of the defensive woes for the Sox, it's the first season since 1996 in which the Red Sox had 19 or more errors in their first 15 games to begin a season. They had 21 errors in their first 15 games in 1996. So all this needs to change, and hopefully it starts today here in the middle match of a 3-game set against the White Sox. Time now to give you the Subaru of New England scoreboard update. There's a lot to love about the trusted 2025 Subaru Forester. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And we do have a couple games in progress, one of which in the American League East. Yankees, Giants. San Francisco's off to a really nice start this year, 10-3 to kick off their campaign. Yankees 7-6. This game's tied at 2 in the Bronx, top of the third inning. A couple other games in progress. Tigers versus Twins. Detroit with a 4-0 lead. That's in the top of the 7th inning. And, you know, the Tigers, they have won 8 of their last 11 games after getting swept by the Dodgers to kick off the campaign. So they have been really good since their opening series against Los Angeles. Phillies and Cardinals going head-to-head. Philadelphia with a 3-1 lead in that one going into the top of the 7th inning. Other games in the AL East slate. Baltimore is hosting Toronto. Orioles 5-8 to start off the year. And the Blue Jays right now, they're atop the division at 8-6. And then Tampa Bay is taking on the Braves. The Braves 3-10 to start the season. Team I think a lot of people thought would at the very least make the playoffs. It's been a tough go to start for Atlanta. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, you've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Want to thank David Azer. Great work behind the glass. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman have Red Sox versus White Sox next on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at NissanUSA.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Si usted es residente de Rhode Island mayor de 55 años o vive con una discapacidad, el Centro de Recursos para el Envejecimiento y la Discapacidad de Rhode Island, o ADRC, puede apoyarle. Obtenga orientación profesional gratuita sobre el cuidado a largo plazo, Medicare, vivienda y más. Llame al 401-462-4444 para hablar con ADRC o busque RIADRC en línea. Servicio de la Oficina para el Envejecimiento Saludable de Rhode Island.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app, America's fastest-growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, you can bet on all your favorite sports. So head to the app now, and new SGPs, odds boosts, and special offers. Must be 18 years or older. Please play responsibly.
This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, Mike Lee, it's over. And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Novo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is homered in 5 straight.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike 3 and no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on.
Goodbye, Chris
Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman.
On a sunshiny and beautiful Saturday afternoon, we welcome you to Rate Field, the home of the Chicago White Sox, where the Red Sox are looking to bounce back in a major way. The worst game of the season last night, an 11-1 White Sox win, and the Red Sox roll the lineup over against the lefty Martin Perez, and they will counter with Richard Fitts, who will take them out for the first time. Third time this season with the Red Sox. It is so much more pleasant here today. Temperatures in the mid-50s, not a cloud overhead. It's windy, but the Red Sox will most certainly take it, and they will take moving on from last night. Such a dispiriting, sloppy loss. And in a lot of ways, Alex Cora says it's great to have a quick turnaround here today. Along with Cooper Boardman, I'm Will Fleming, and Coop, that's the beautiful thing about baseball. You can play an absolute abomination of a game like the Red Sox did last night. You wake up, you go to the yard, and you do it all over again.
And a completely different looking lineup today. You get the left-hander Martin Perez on the mound. You get the righties in the lineup. Rob Refsnyder, who's hit it well. Romy Gonzalez is going to lead off in this game, as Joe Weil told us in the pregame show. And you're absolutely right. Yesterday was cold and bad in every sense of that word. You wake up today, it's the best day so far in Chicago for baseball, according to everybody here, and you get a chance to go split this first couple of games of the series.
It's super windy. Hard to tell the direction of the wind right now, but sort of in and to right field, as we can tell. So it might be another pretty good day to pitch. The Red Sox lean on Richard Fitts to give them length. Alex Cora said the bullpen is in pretty good shape here today, as Perez coming off a great start. We're so familiar with his work. He'll be on the mound for the White Sox. Time now for the national anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com, where you'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That's going to have a much more big league feel here today. A much larger crowd on a Saturday afternoon on the south side of Chicago. Martin Perez makes the walk out of the home bullpen in the left field corner. Jose Flores and Will Venable exchange the lineup cards at the home plate area. The Red Sox need one here today, Coop, and I firmly believe that in this environment, they were just a little bit spooked. It was cold. It was quiet. I think today will be a little bit more of a normal major league environment.
Well, and it's, you talk to everyone around this team in that clubhouse, those who coach, all of the above. They feel like this year is different than the last few years. And I think you look at today, you wake up today, and if it really is different, this is the kind of day where I think it will look different.
I think that's a great point, and I think the fact that Bregman is here, you get the righties and Refsnyder and Gonzalez in the lineup, it should be a different offensive day. Speaking of, Coop, how about today's starting lineup?
Sure, the Morgan & Morgan starting lineup's brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. So let's meet tonight's players. First, for the hometown Chicago White Sox, they are 3-10 after their win over the Red Sox last night. Miguel Vargas was great out of the leadoff spot for them last night. He's right back there playing third base and batting first. Nick Maton in the lineup for the first time in this series, bats second and is the designated hitter. Luis Robert Jr. reminded us why he was an All-Star 2 years ago last night. The center fielder bats third, an RBI single, and reached on 2 catcher's interferences. We would like one day with no catcher's interferences, please. He bats third. Andrew Vaughn in the cleanup spot, the power-hitting first baseman. Batting fifth, the right fielder Josh Palacios, and then Chase Mydroth, who made his major league debut against the team that traded him for Garrett Crochet. It was, well, awesome. He got on base 4 times in 4 plate appearances. He plays shortstop today in bat 6 for the first time in his short major league career. Lenin Sosa bats 7th, the second baseman. Omar Narvaez had 3 RBIs last night. He does the catching and bats 8th. And Michael A. Taylor bats 9th. Plays left field to round out the White Sox lineup with Martin Perez on the mound against this Red Sox lineup. Romy Gonzalez leading off on the rare off day for Jarren Duran. He plays first base today with no Tristan Costas in the lineup. Raffy bats second, the designated hitter, and then Alex Bregman, the third baseman, who doubled last night. He bats third. Rob Refsnyder hits cleanup the left fielder in there against the left-hander Perez after the .941 OPS against lefties last year. Trevor Story bats fifth. The shortstop Christian Campbell, the second baseman, hits sixth. Wilyer Abreu gets a left-on-left start, batting 7th and playing right. Carlos Narvaez back in there behind the plate. He bats 8th, and Cedon Rafaela gets the start in center, batting 9th with Richard Fitz on the mound for the Red Sox. Trevor Story, the 5-hitter, stole a base last night. He now has an American League leading 5 stolen bases, 5 for 5. That's today's Speed Report, brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. Injury-wise, Brian Bayo and Lucas Giolito news, and really it's not any crazy news. Brian Bayo set to make one more rehab start in all likelihood in the middle of the week. Still waiting for the full Lucas Giolito news of it all, but he'll have at least one more. There's bad weather in the Northeast, so we'll see exactly where and when and how, but those couple of guys, we'll both see one more before they get their opportunity to come back to the Red Sox. That was the injury report, brought to you by Ketchus Law Group, champions for the injured, with more than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. 56 degrees, sunny, not a cloud to be found on the south side of Chicago. Romy Gonzalez in the Red Sox Road Grays set to lead it off against Martin Perez. And for the play-by-play, here's Will Fleming.
Great to be with you again, Coop. Here is Romy against Perez. The first pitch is swung on and missed. That is the pitch he throws about second most often, a sinker, 87 miles an hour, and it's 0-1 to Romy, who's had a fabulous start to the season. Pitch to him is swung on and missed. There's the changeup. That is the bread and butter. It's basically sinker, changeup, and cutter for Martin Perez. Romy, brilliant to begin this season. 0-2 though here. The pitch is just outside. Good take on a changeup. Gonzalez 7 for his first 15, 3 doubles, a couple driven in. Mustache free for the first time, starts a game. Right-handed hitter. 1-2 from Martin. Timeless veteran. The pitch is low. Another changeup, and it's 2-2. Perez is 32 years old. Great start to his season with the White Sox. Of course, Boston had him in 2020 and 21. So liked across the game. And a Swaylen man throws a 2-2, and Romy takes outside. And it's a full count. This is the kind of at-bat the Red Sox want to lean on all day from Romy and Bregman and Rob Refsnyder. Got started right on time, 3:10, temperature 53 degrees. 3-2 to Romy. The pitch is low, ball 4. That is just great stuff from Gonzalez. It's a leadoff walk for Gonzalez.
It's amazing the level of elation that you feel when that ball goes wide and Romy Gonzalez trots down to first base. But, you know, on a night last night where there was pretty much nothing for 6 innings, it's a wonderful sight to see him standing on first base.
Such a tone setter, too, especially being behind 0-2. Here now is Raffy. Left on left, the pitch. Raffy takes a strike, borderline pitch, but looked like it clipped the top of the zone. Devers, 8 for 25 against Perez. has not homered against him, but an .810 OPS. Raffy is so hot at the plate. Sox could use a jolt in the first inning. Romy leads at first. Perez throws, and Raffy swings and misses. Challenge with a cutter. He throws that a ton to lefties, and it's a really good pitch. Against hitters like Devers, another 0-2 count. Raffy 268 with a homer and 9 driven in. Romy a medium-sized lead at first, and Raffy swings and fouls it back. The Red Sox have the most strikeouts in the game, 147 as a team. Devers, actually, the swing and miss rate, the chase rate, both way down. And that was true even when he started the season in a historically bad slump. But he has turned it around. 0-2. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a really good changeup, and Devers does fan. So after Romy reaches, Devers is gone, and one down for Alex Bregman. Time attempt was brought to you by Hatfield Marinated Pork. Bregman still gets boos everywhere he goes. He's 5 for 14 with a home run against Martin. It feels like a really important day for him. And throw to first. He was despondent after the game last night, was Bregman. Said, we need to be better in every single facet. Hitters need to swing at better pitches. We need to obviously pick it better defensively. See if he can set the tone right here. 1 on, 1 out in the first. Perez throws, and Bregman a good take. Fastball outside. And it is 1-0. 290 with 2 homers and 12 driven, and he's got 18 hits already, does Alex. Top 10 in the big leagues. He's scuffled with runners in scoring position. See if he can deliver with Romy at first. The pitch is softly grounded toward third. Backhanded over there by Vargas to second for 1. Relay to first. In time, double play. So the Red Sox get the leadoff man aboard, but more offensive frustration. Bottom 1 next. Richard Fitz to the mound. In Chicago on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time, and the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Big box stores are great if you want to stay the same. But be careful not to get boxed in. Northeast Electrical can help you get where you need to go. From great products to unique services and solutions. Click now and experience your upgrade.
Si usted es residente de Rhode Island mayor de 55 años o vive con una discapacidad, el Centro de Recursos para el Envejecimiento y la Discapacidad de Rhode Island, o ADRC, puede apoyarle. Obtenga orientación profesional gratuita sobre el cuidado a largo plazo, Medicare, vivienda y más. Llame al 401-462-4444 para hablar con ADRC o busque RIADRC en línea. Servicio de la Oficina para el Envejecimiento Saludable de Rhode Island.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Richard Fitz is on the mound as we go to the bottom of the first. Red Sox did not score in the top half, and now here's Miguel Vargas. Pitch to him is fouled off. I'm starting to wonder here, is there something wrong with the White Sox video boards, or are they trying to act like it's 1995 and they're working on a Nintendo operating system?
Yeah, no, this is 95 theme for sure.
Yeah, all the numbers are yellow-green as a pitch from Fitz misses inside to Vargas, and it's 1-1. It's like a black and white, fuzzy newspaper reel headshot for Vargas. Right-handed hitter, 1-1 from Fitz, and that is on the corner inside, a strike. And it's 1-2. Richard has not won a start with the Red Sox, which is amazing. Pitched well enough last time. 3 runs over 6 innings. 102 pitches thrown. This is the club against whom he made his major league debut last September. Really good that night. Looking for win number 1. Here's the 1-2 to Vargas, and it is high and outside. Fastball, and it's 2-2. 12 innings so far, 12 hits, 6 earned runs. He has allowed 2 home runs, putting a massive bomb to Adolis Garcia in his first start. 2-2 is a soft ground ball to the left side. Story has it. Plants throws to first in time. Pretty close play there by Vargas. Running down the line, 1 away. Romey's the first baseman. Campbell at second. Story at short with Bregman at third. Off day for Duran, so Cedon anchors the outfield in center with Refsnyder in left, Abreu in right, and Carlos Narvaez catching. Baldwin Group defensive alignment. Brought to you by Baldwin Group Insurance, Employee Benefits, and Wealth Management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. Here is Nick Maton, left-handed hitter. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Good fastball at 94 from Fitz. Bregman level with the bag, about 20 feet off the line. The 0-1. Soft ground ball foul outside of first. And it's quickly 0-2. Luis Robert Jr. is out on deck. Alex Cora told us before the game, almost no matter what, Jarren Duran will not see the field under any circumstances. He wants him off his feet today. The 0-2, swing and a foul back to the screen.
He was asked did Jarren fight it, and Jarren did not fight it, which I thought, at least for me, was breaking news.
Yeah, he was unhappy every single time last year that he was told he wouldn't play. It's almost like a badge of honor for him. The 0-2 is a little low. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did. Curveball from Fitz. It missed, and it's 1-2. Maton 27 at-bats to start this season. Hitting a $185. 2 driven in. Couple solo home runs. Here he swings and misses at a great curveball. There's Richard Fitz, first punch out. There are 2 away. That first strikeout brought to you by Weichert Real Estate. Dream move home.
Oh, you mentioned it. Richard Fitz's first major league start came against the Chicago White Sox. And think about the evolution of him since that moment. Came into camp, looked awesome, threw fastballs much harder, 95, 96, 97.
Here's Luis Robert Jr. He breaks his bat, grounds it softly to third. Bregman races in, bare hand throw to first. Picked out by Romey. They got him. What a play on both ends there. And a beautiful, quick first inning for Richard Fitz. Man, is Bregman good at third. No score after 1. Refsnyder, Story, and Campbell after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, weekend warriors. How's a little trail therapy sound right now? Hop in. Let's go for a ride in the all-new Nissan Armada Pro 4X. Tune out all those work emails and turn up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. Intelligent 4-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time. And the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location, while supplies last.
Se você tem mais de 55 anos ou vive com uma deficiência, o Centro de Recursos para o Envelhecimento e Deficiência de Rhode Island, ou ADRC, é o seu ponto de apoio. Receba orientação grátis de cuidados de longo prazo, como Medicare, habitação e muito mais. Disque 401-462-4444 para falar com o ADRC ou busque RADRC online. Isso é um serviço do Escritório de Envelhecimento Saudável de Rhode Island.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app. America's fastest growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you can expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, new customers can use code BONUS50 at signup to receive a bonus bet voucher equal to 50% of their initial deposit, up to $50. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
This is Christian Campbell. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Rob Refsnyder leads it off in the top of the second. No score after one in Chicago. Martin Perez throws, and Rob takes a ball inside a fastball. It is 1-0. Interestingly, Rob is only 2 for 11 in his career against this pitcher, Perez. He owns lefties of all varieties. Here he takes outside, 2-0. Good stuff from Richard Fitz in the top of the first. His first pitch was brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. 2-0 to Ref, trying to injure a baseball here. Pitch is swung on and missed. Man, that is vintage Perez. 2-0, pulls the string on a changeup, and it's 2-1.
He struck out 9 in his first start of the year against the Minnesota Twins. He didn't reach 90 miles per hour on any pitch in that game.
He is such a savvy man on the mound. The 2-1 is ripped on a line to third, caught there. Wow, Refsnyder crushed that ball, but Vargas gloves it. Unlucky, one away.
I think you're going to have to hit that pitch. That's a changeup, and Ref hits that as hard as humanly possible. Just happens to be at somebody, but that has been a pitch, particularly left on right, obviously, for Perez, that he's dominated guys with that pitch early on this year.
He's made 272 career starts as Martin Perez. Been all over the place. Longtime Ranger. Here's Story, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Went to the Minnesota Twins in 19, then the Red Sox the next 2 years. Back to Texas last year. Pretty good with Pittsburgh. Got traded to the Padres at the deadline. Here's the 0-1. Story takes a high fastball. And it is 1-1. He's really right there with all the current active left-handed pitchers in all-time numbers. The 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner. A cutter. He does not throw a lot of those to hitters like Story, but that was a beauty, and it's 1-2. 263 for Trev. 2 homers, 5 driven in. 1 out. The pitch. Swinging a soft ground ball. If it's fair, it's a hit. Vargas comes in. He bare hands. He'll throw to first, but for no reason, it's a swinging bunt hit for Trevor Story. Well, a lot like 2 days ago at Fenway Park, he puts the ball in play and he's aboard.
He's striking out too much, and the average hasn't been there, and the slug really hasn't been there early in the season, but you see who he is, which is this crazy, insane athlete at all moments, and now you're talking about a guy who's 5 for 5 in stolen bases who gets a shot here.
Here's a guy who has slugged, Christian Campbell. 2 more hits last night. Story's thinking about it. He's leaning, and he will not go as Christian takes a strike. That was right on the outside corner, 0-1. Campbell now 333. 2 homers, 5 driven in, but he's gotten on base at 431 and slugged at 542. Freakishly good start. Bigger lead now for Trevor, the 0-1. Inside and low. Actually, it drifted out away from him. A changeup. And it is 1-1. So Campbell is now 16 for 48. He's also walked 9 times. Star in the making. Wilyer Abreu's out on deck. Chance for damage in this inning. No score in the second. Here's the pitch. Christian takes low. He is so patient. Change up there, and it's 2-1. Spring is here. Ham it up with spiral sliced ham at Shaw's and Star Market. Easter is right around the corner. 2-1. Campbell waits the pitch. Swing and a foul. He was a little over antsy there. That was another changeup from Perez, and it's 2-2.
And what's been impressive about Christian, too, is he'll take his slug swings early in the count, and then in this spot, he's shown he can battle. He's got a big hole on the right side, so the second baseman's almost behind second. And we've seen it. If they pitch him down and away in particular, he'll just shoot that way.
He really does handle the bat so well. Outfield deep and straight away. Story has a medium-sized lead at first. 2-2. Pitch is swung on a miss very late on a good cutter. And Christian is gone. That was on the outside corner. Perez has his second strikeout. And here's Wilyer Abreu.
We've seen 6 batters, and you start to really understand why Perez has been so good through 2 starts, because you have no idea what's happening. You have no idea what's coming. Throws change-ups for strikes in the zone and then backdoors a cutter, 2 strikes. You're just not getting that most other pitchers.
So now opponents 5 for 47 against Perez to start this year. Here is Wilyer, who's looked great at the plate the last couple days. He takes a high fastball for ball 1. He's the 7th batter, which is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. 6-1-7 and then 7 sevens. Wilyer rocketed a couple balls last night. Story, bigger lead now at first. Throw over. Trevor dances back to the bag. Well, the good news for the Red Sox is they've lost 4 of 5 is that really nobody else in the American League East is playing well. Giants beat the Yankees last night. Game and a half out in the division. 1-0 to Wilyer. A pitch is high in the air into shallow right field. Back goes the second baseman Sosa, and he'll call everybody off and make the play. A little dicey in the end, but Red Sox leave another base runner aboard. Tough sledding for the offense of late. We go to the bottom of the second. No score in Chicago. Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time. And the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Springfest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Si usted es residente de Rhode Island mayor de 55 años o vive con una discapacidad, el Centro de Recursos para el Envejecimiento y la Discapacidad de Rhode Island, o ADRC, puede apoyarle. Obtenga orientación profesional gratuita sobre el cuidado a largo plazo, Medicare, vivienda y más. Llame al 401-462-4444 para hablar con ADRC o busque RIADRC en línea. Servicio de la Oficina para el Envejecimiento Saludable de Rhode Island.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Richard Fitz back to the mound for the bottom of the second. Andrew Vaughn, right-handed hitter, scuffling to start the year, leads off, and he chops one foul outside of third. In the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Porsche Boston and Porsche Burlington. Yankees and Giants are back at it today, 2-2 in the 5th inning. In the Bronx, 0-1. Drilled high into left field, but it's not going to carry on this day. Refsnyder hardly moves. He reaches up, and he makes the play. Rays are hosting the Atlanta Braves, who are really scuffling to start the year. Braves 3-10. Hard to figure that.
It's crazy.
Rasmussen back in the fold. He struck out 3 in the first for them. Later today, the Padres 11-3 host the Colorado Rockies, and the Red Hot Dodgers host the Cubs at Chavez Ravine. Here's Josh Palacios. He takes a Fitz curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Blue Jays in Baltimore, 1-0, top 2. Subaru of New England scoreboard. That's high. A little love goes a long way in the 25 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Of course, the only scoreboard other than the one here at Rate Field that matters is in Augusta today. The 2-0 is a little bit outside, and it is 3-0 from Fitz to Palacios.
How's our guy Rory doing?
He was 5 under through 5 holes.
Okay.
And he's got a 3-shot lead. The 3-0 is ball 4. And Fitz loses it quickly there. So, after Vaughn retired, 4-pitch walk. And here comes Chase Mydroth.
I'm always fascinated by at-bats like this. Like, these guys have faced each other a million times in live BPs and backfields in spring training. What does this look like in the most important at-bat of all?
What a debut for Chase. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner. I think that is the key to him. You got to challenge him early in counts. We were talking to Zach Kelly before the game. He said Chase walks a few times, gets on base 4 times. What a shock. 0-1. He said yesterday meant everything for him. The pitch is looped to second into the outfield, a base hit. Chase Mydroth has not made an out in the big leagues. He singles, and the White Sox have 2 on with nobody out.
Well, you say challenge him, and that's all you can do. You have to challenge him. But when you do, he does that. And we saw it so much at AAA in Worcester last year where, it's 95 on a sinker running in on him. It's middle, but it's not a bad pitch. And he just takes it somewhere.
There is 1 out. Here is Lenin Sosa. Campbell went up the ladder there, but just couldn't reach it. So here we go. Jam for Fitz. 2 on, 1 out pitch. Swing and a foul back by Sosa, who, for whatever reason, has done a lot of damage against the Red Sox in the last couple of years. This place has been a house of horrors for 3 years now for the Red Sox. They've only won 4 of their last 12. The White Sox have not been a good team in that stretch, but something about it, a little bit haunted. 0-1. Fitz sets, he throws, strike on the outside corner. This is such an important game for the Red Sox. They're only 1 game below 500. It's only the 16th of the season, but they have Crochet on the mound tomorrow. And his return here, feel very good about the finale. Love to give him a chance to win this series. 0-2. Runners dancing around. Fitz will come home, and it's fouled back to the screen. That fastball got a lot of the zone in a 2-strike count.
Yeah, 95 up top. He's thrown a lot of sinkers so far, which is the fastball he uses less often. But I think when you look up and down at this lineup full of right-hand hitters, that sinker-sweeper combo makes a little bit more sense than 4-seam curveball.
0-2. Snyder very deep in left. We got the pickoff on at second, and it is not in time. I mean, the Red Sox have put that on to great effect with Fitz. But in that case, Palacios not fooled. I think Sosa finished last season on a tear. Last 2 months hit almost 400. But in an 0-2 hole, Fitz looking to put him away. The pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. High fastball. Sosa could not lay off. 94 miles an hour. And that's a strikeout. 2 down.
It's a complete difference between last night and Sean Newcomb and what it's been so far this afternoon, which is get to 2 strikes, end the at-bat. He goes 95 up top. Sosa chased that 1.5 foot out of the zone.
Importance of leverage counts. Here now, Omar Narvaez. No score, but 2 on and 2 out. How cool is this for the Narvaez cousins? Omar in the box and Carlos behind the dish. Here's the pitch, and it is a ball. A little bit outside with a fastball, 1-0. Two on, 2 out. Fitz throws and a little looper foul on the third base side. Omar Narvaez looked pretty good at the plate last night. Hard contact, but a critical at bat early in this game here. Here's a swing and a miss at a 4-seam fastball. It is 1-2. You'd imagine maybe a few people in Maracay are listening right now or watching. How cool is that? 2 cousins separated by about 8 inches in the hitting area. 1-2, the pitch. Swinging a shot foul down the first base line. And out of play. I mean, they're not quite the Molinas, but still, what a cool family connection.
It's extraordinary. You think about Omar as, much older, has kind of been there and done that. And Carlos has talked about it, that he's been a mentor to him. The guy standing in the box is, in many ways, the reason why Carlos is getting ready to catch this pitch right now.
Family ties, 1-2. Fitz holds, looks at the runner at second back, and throws. And he misses high with a fastball. He's pretty intentional, trying to elevate and get chases out of the zone with that four-seamer.
I also love the mentality here and the pitch calls here from Carlos Narvaez. He's thrown 5 pitches Fitz has. They've all been fastballs to the 8-hitter.
Challenge. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Story shaded way up the middle. Pitch. High fly into shallow right field. Willier will drift in. He's there to make the play. And a nice job by Fitz to pitch out of a jam. Cousins collide on the south side of Chicago. We go to the 3rd inning. No score. Red Sox coming to bat with Carlos, Cedon, and Romy right after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Ego Power Plus Savings Event is on at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery with purchase of a Select trimmer, blower, or mower kit. That's a $299 value. Plus, shop today for new and exclusive items you need for your lawn. So get ready for spring with the latest in innovation from Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Only at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 4/16. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
If you or a loved one are a Rhode Islander over 55 or living with a disability, the Rhode Island Aging and Disability Resource Center, or ADRC, is your resource hub for aging and disability support. Simplify your search for answers and get free expert guidance on long-term care, including Medicare, housing, and more. Call 401-462-4444 to talk with an ADRC specialist or search RIADRC online, a service of the Rhode Island Office of Healthy Aging.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, how cool is this? We ended the 2nd inning with Omar Narvaez batting, with Carlos Narvaez catching. Now we flip it around. Carlos batting, Omar catching, and for the play-by-play, not a Narvaez as far as I know. Here's Cooper Boardman.
All right, here we go. Strike 1 to Carlos Narvaez. No, definitely not a Narvaez. Definitely not from Barakai.
Be cool if you were.
Second pitch is upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. I have to improve the Spanish just like a little bit.
Un chispito.
Count 1-1 to Narvaez. It'll be Carlos, then Cedon and Romy Gonzalez from the left-hander Perez. And the pitch upstairs. That is the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Infinity of Westboro. Scoreless in the 3rd on the south side of Chicago. Sky blue overhead. And the pitch is swung on. Fly ball right field. Josh Palacios trots in, puts it away for the first out of the top of the 3rd inning. So both cousin catchers called the right pitch sequence to get their cousin out. That was a changeup to retire Narvaez. So the Red Sox have sent 8 to the plate. They have just 1 hit. It was an infield single from Trevor Story. Cedon Rafael, the final man to face Perez for the first time. Corners in. And the first pitch outside with a changeup for ball 1. Martin Perez, 34 years old, young, 14th year in the big league, 7th team. 1-0 pitch from him, and Cedon takes low, 2 balls and no strikes. Perez struck out 9 in his first outing of the season, a career high 9 for a guy who's made more than 200 starts. 2-0, and Cedon takes right down the middle for a strike, 2-1.
A little early for the wave here at Rate Field, but they got it going counterclockwise. Cedon just looks a little bit jumpy at the plate.
Hitters count, 2-1, here it comes. And he swings and fouls it back.
What's interesting is that he has not chased as much. He's not swung and missed as much. It's just he hasn't slugged at all.
And what we've been used to seeing is when the ball is in the zone, or honestly anywhere in the zip code of the zone, he usually annihilates those baseballs. The reason why the average had been down in non-kind of runners in scoring position situations is because he chased. 2-2. Cedon fouls it back. This is a lively Saturday crowd. They had a bar crawl thing in the stadium pregame.
Yeah, I think that explains maybe the wave. People are up for it.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels in the veins.
It's the 7th inning in their minds. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cedon swings, grounds it, left side of the shortstop. My draw through gloves, transfers, throws in time to retire Rafael at 2 down in the 3rd. Yeah, we got like a dollar beer situation going on here. Folks, the 3rd inning is brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going cross town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill-up along the way. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 2 down, nobody on, scoreless game of the 3rd in Chicago. Martin Perez for the White Sox against Romy Gonzalez. And Romy takes upstairs, ball 1. Right-hand hitting first baseman Gonzalez walked to lead off the ball game. One of 2 Red Sox to get on base first trip through the lineup against Perez. 1-0's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. I think Romy's got a little competitive feeling in his mind today against his former team. First baseman Vaughn plays well off the line, wind blowing towards right, and the pitch to Romy is outside.
There's no doubt. He admitted it last year. He told me, I want to prove it to them. And he came here and had an awesome series.
Remember talking to him. Remember, he started last year in AAA in Worcester.
He just called a pitch clock violation on Romy 3-0.
Huh.
Wow.
This wasn't attentive at 8 seconds, so all right. 3-1 count. Pitch to Romy. He takes outside, didn't matter. Ball 4.
I love the bat flip. Like, you serious with that? This would be a good time for your superstar to jolt your offense.
Yeah. Rafi Devers, scoreless game in the 3rd. Red Sox held to just 1 run yesterday. It has been a week characterized by lack of. And it's Devers' turn. Struck out back in the 1st against his former teammate. Left on left. And Rafi takes strike 1. Cutter.
Not a strike at all. Rafi's not happy about it. That just changes the entire deal. I mean, Perez wants to expand. He wants to nibble. He is lethal if he gets calls like that.
Romy leads off first. 2 down in the 3rd. And the 0-1 from Perez. Rafi leaves it way outside. Decidedly a ball, 1-1. Rafi is not, percentage-wise, pulled the ball a whole lot. This is the kind of guy that he can turn on. 1-1 pitch. And Rafi takes down and away. Count to 2-1 on another changeup. He's seen a million changeups from Perez in these first couple of at-bats. And this is the difference. Alex Bregman looms on deck. 2 down in the inning. 2-1 pitch. Rafi cuts and misses. He took the pull swing. He took the swing to give them a 2-0 lead, and he just missed it. Changeup out in front. Outfield deep. Outfielder Palacios about 10 feet in front of the warning track in right. Perez steps off, throws over to check on Romy. Shadows have moved into the field of vision of the batter. There is a shadow that starts maybe 30 feet from beyond the plate, where Martin Perez sets, looks in, and deals. And Rafi takes a called strike 3. Sinker down the middle wasn't what he was looking for. And the inning ends. Romy walks, nothing more. We go to the bottom half of the third inning on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app. America's fastest growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you can expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, new customers can use code BONUS50 at sign-up to receive a bonus bet voucher equal to 50% of their initial deposit, up to $50. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Se você tem mais de 55 anos ou vive com uma deficiência, o Centro de Recursos para o Envelhecimento e Deficiência de Rhode Island, ou ADRC, é o seu ponto de apoio. Receba orientação grátis de cuidados de longo prazo, como Medicare, habitação e muito mais. Disque 401-462-4444 para falar com o ADRC ou busque RADRC online. Isso é um serviço do Escritório de Envelhecimento Saudável de Rhode Island.
Art, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox nothing, Chicago White Sox nothing. Bottom of the third inning at Rate Field in Chicago. Richard Fitz, tall right-hander for the Red Sox, comes home on his first pitch, and it's fouled back by Michael A. Taylor to begin the bottom of the third. Folks, bring your family to a fun night at the park. Family 4-packs are back, courtesy of Amarak. Get 4 tickets, 4 Fenway Franks, and 4 fountain drinks starting at just $99 for games April 22nd to 24th. Grab your packs at redsox.com/family4packs. Second pitch was a ball. Now 1-1 from Fitz, and it is inside, nearly hit Taylor, the 9-hitter, and he goes 2-1. Good start for Richard. Couple of strikeouts through 2 innings, worked around some trouble in the second, gave up a single to his former teammate Chase Mydroth to put 2 men on in the second, but got out of it. But behind in the count, 2-1 against Taylor, he deals, and it swung on, grounded left side. Bregman a step to his left gloves, throws the first in time. Easy, and there's 1 down. That's been the difference. Fitz has, unlike last night with Newcomb, when he's gotten down in the count, he's found ways to get strikes, make competitive pitches. Right there, he dropped in his first right-on-right curveball of the afternoon. And gets a ground ball out. Now he faces Miguel Vargas. Second time through the order, starts now. With a fastball inside for ball 1. Vargas checked his swing.
That's just crazy. I mean, we sort of predicted it coming in that Refsnyder and Gonzalez would give him a lift. They're the only 2 guys who've had good at-bats so far.
Romy's been on twice. Refsnyder lined out at 99 miles an hour in the second. 1-0 foul back, 1-1, and that's it. The longer it goes, the more it feels like what's going to happen is someone's going to hit a home run. It just feels like that's almost the only way it's going to happen. 1-1 foul back.
Well, they've not hit enough home runs. I mean, you figure that's going to turn. They got too much power on this offense. But, I mean, the Red Sox as a team just have not done a lot of damage. 11 home runs in 15 games coming in.
1-2 foul back.
Amazingly, the Astros have only hit 10. The Kansas City Royals, 6 team home runs. These White Sox, 9. Same for the Pittsburgh Pirates and Minnesota Twins. How about the LA Angels, 25 home runs, and the Dodgers, 29. Mike Trout did it again last night.
1-2. Swing and a fly ball in the air. Center field. Cedon prances in. He's there to put it away for a quick second out in the third. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. 2 down. Richard Fitz against Nick Maton, one of 3 left-hand hitters in the White Sox lineup. And Richard puts a fastball right in the outside corner, 95 for strike 1.
It's so impressive. He's just done his job every time he's been given the ball. Literally every time in a Red Sox uniform he's done this. Kept him in it.
Shook off here. Big, tall right-hander. Winds and deals. And gets a check swing. Did he go? Yes, Nick Maton did. Richard Fitz wanted to throw a changeup. Pitch he throws the least often. And he gets a swing on it to go 0-2. There are moments in outings with him. I know it's been a short sample size at the big league level. You see it in the minors where all of a sudden you see he feels it. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He feels it up top at 96 to sit down Maton and go 1-2-3. 3 Ks through 3. We're scoreless as we go to the 4th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather-appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox baseball is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 48 years and the official truck of the Red Sox. 4th inning, no score, Red Sox and White Sox in Chicago. Alex Bregman leads off for the Sox. He takes inside the red ones, to be clear. Bregman, Refsnyder, and then Story. 3, 4, and 5 in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Lincoln of Norwood and Lincoln of Westboro. Pitch is called the strike, 1-1 to Alex Bregman. We've had 2 total hits in the game. 1-1. Bregman takes a strike at the knees, 1-2, and it's a micro moment, but these are one of the very many reasons why Alex Bregman was brought here. 1-2. He takes on the outside corner. Called strike 3. Bregman was not friendly towards home plate umpire Paul Clemens. Couple of words, and now he walks back to the dugout with his bat dangling down his side. Martin Perez has been really good. 4 Ks as he starts 1 out in the 4th inning. Pitch to Refsnyder, who checks the swing and takes a strike.
He's been really good, but you can't give him 2 inches off on both sides of the plate.
Yeah. The 0-1 is check swing. Refsnyder didn't go. Kept the bat back on a sinker. And he started the outing by putting pitches on the outside corners. He bought himself half a ball probably, and now all of a sudden he's bought himself 2. 1-1 swing, ground ball left side. Meidroth ranges to his right, picks it up, throws to first in time to get Ref Snyder. The Red Sox hitless now since the last time Trevor Story came to the plate. And as he does, let's take 10 seconds, pause for station ID in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
2 down, nobody on. First pitch to Trevor Story is swung on and missed. Took a home run swing. In Chicago on a Saturday afternoon, Rate Field alongside Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman. Red Sox and White Sox. 0-1. Story takes way up there. Count to 1 ball and 1 strike. I think on paper, the way it's broken down for Trevor, this is the kind of guy that he could really take something to the outfield with. 1-1 swing and a miss. He's way out in front of a changeup. Guy who throws a lot of cutters and kind of slower fastballs, but Story's just not had a lot of answers for off-speed stuff early in the season. Nobody on, 2 down. 1-2 to Trevor Story. And he swings and he lines it to left field for a hit. Hit him with the changeup again. Trevor did not miss. And there is his second hit of the ball game. Red Sox have their second hit of the ball game too.
It's amazing how off the hitting has been. That was like jarring. Wow, a line drive. There's just been not enough of them. That's a great adjustment by Story. You can't double up on that pitch and see if Christian can cash it in.
It's Story on, and Perez again throws over. Trevor is one of 2 guys in the American League who is 5 for his first 5 in stolen base attempts.
Well, Martine's pretty crafty on the mound. He's got a couple different moves, but if they have a read on him, this is a time to go for sure.
And Trevor was kind of leaning a few times. First time he was there, and he goes. And the pitch is upstairs, and the throw to second is way late. Trevor Story gets in there with a cloud of dust. And the Red Sox have their first man in scoring position with 2 down to the 4th.
So good. And, of course, that has been an enormous difficulty for the Red Sox, batting with runners in scoring position. Campbell, 3 for his first 15 this year.
In a 1-0 count against Martin Perez. He takes inside. Very confident-looking take. Count to 2-0.
They are 5 for their last 52 with runners in scoring position. Need a knock here.
232 as a team on the year with an OPS below 700. Man off second, 2 down, 2-0. Campbell takes outside, 3-0.
He might be showing a lot of respect here, Martin. He might rather go after the lefty Abreu.
That's a dangerous door to crack open, though. Wonder if there's any chance Christian swings here. 3-0. And he's taking all the way. Change up down the middle for a strike to go 3-1.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you just need base runners, and he's going to see a similar pitch, you'd think, right here.
They play him to pull. Sosa behind the bag at second, holding on the runner. 3-1 pitch. Campbell cuts and misses. Took a huge swing on another changeup. 3-2 would have been ball 4.
And will Martin triple up on that pitch?
Campbell has seen 3 total in the at-bat, 2 in a row. Man on second, 2 down to the 4th. 3-2. Campbell takes low for ball 4.
He waited a minute. But he's now been on base in every one of his 15 big league games.
And by the way, he tripled up, did Perez, and Campbell stood with no motion for an extra second.
How about a little hanging changeup right here to Williard?
Oh, sure. Men on first and second, 2 outs, 4th inning. Red Sox looking pleased for that first run. Wilyer Abreu against Martin Perez. Abreu popped out to second base back in the second. First pitch to Abreu. And he swings and chops it foul. Wicked hack on a sinker. Williard struggled a little bit earlier in the week in the Toronto series. Last night, busted out of it, flying colors. 2 hits, both at 100+, doubled in the game. 2 on, 2 down. The 0-1. Abreu swings, grounds it, foul pass first. Hit it hard on the ground and just missed the bag.
Another changeup, 96 off the bat, right out in front of it.
Story on second. Campbell on first. 2 down in the 4th. No score. Wilyer Abreu with the man in scoring position. The 0-2 from Martin Perez is way upstairs with the cutter. There he goes, 1-2. Such a magical first few weeks for Wilyer, slashing .364, .481, .659 coming into the day. Looking for another Wilyer moment. 1-2. Abreu takes down and away with the changeup. It's 2-2. Pace for Perez has slowed down a little bit. Weight of the situation. First time the Red Sox have had a runner in scoring position this afternoon in Chicago. Now Perez calls time.
Well, Wilyer has been their best hitter with runners in scoring position. He's done huge damage. He is 6 for 14 with a homer.
Take that right now. 2 on, 2 down. 2-2 again to Wilyer Abreu. Is up and in. Bent him back with the sinker to go 3-2. So both runners are going to be motoring here. 3-2 out. Carlos Narvaez is on deck. Wilyer takes a big, deep breath and steps back into the box from an open stance, bouncing the bat on his shoulder. 3-2 out, 2 on. And the pitch is a called strike 3. A changeup near the bottom of the zone. Wilyer drops the bat. Alex Cora barks from the first base dugout. And the inning is over. Red Sox put 2 on. Wilyer gets rung up on that. Scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL Limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
The Christian Arcand Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Scoreless in the bottom of the fourth. Luis Robert takes first pitch inside from the right-hander Richard Fitz. Red Sox and White Sox outside of Chicago on a Saturday afternoon, along with Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman. Fitz deals. Robert went 3/4 of the way around and did swing 1-1 on a nice sweeper down and away. This feels like an important emotional stretch in this bottom of the fourth inning for Richard, who deals upstairs 2-1. You put a couple of guys on, you threaten. Offense continues to just be lifeless with runners in scoring position. But Fitz has been awesome. 2-1. Swing, and he gets a floater foul off to the right. Now you see 3, 4, and 5. Robert, Andrew Vaughn, and Josh Palacios. And you like him to do what he did in the third inning, which is go 1, 2, 3. Outfield deep for Robert. 2-2. Swing and a blooper. Right field. And once again, Abreu is there, ranging to his right, puts it away in the gap for the first out of the fourth inning. There's the fourth inning bell, brought to you by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premium retirement planning specialists, with offices in Boston, Wakefield, Waltham, and Hingham. One down. So that's job number 1. Check the box. Now he gets Andrew Vaughn. And gets a check swing on a sinker low at 97 from Richard Fitz for ball 1. Right on right in the fourth. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind and deal. And a pitch upstairs. Get at 96. And that is the difference for Fitz. You know, he first came to the big leagues last year against the White Sox. Remember his major league debut in September at Fenway Park. He could throw 96, but he wasn't necessarily throwing 96 here. Pitch outside, check swing, and Vaughn did not go. And his 49th pitch of the day. Three balls and no strikes. Dangerous spot to be in. 3-0. Vaughn taking all the way. Four-seam fastball down the middle for a strike, 3-1. But the Red Sox said it, and Richard said it to us, you know, over the course of last year as the velocity continued to build. In a moment like this, a 3-1 count against a power hitter, you get so much confidence in being able to challenge with velocity. 3-1. And he did. Gets a foul back against Vaughn, 94.5.
Still not throwing as hard as he did in spring, but who knows, grip, cold, whatever. I mean, he's 96, 97 in camp. Mostly 94 today.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Battled back against Vaughn and deals here. And again, he gets a foul ball, 96 there from Fitz. He's also somebody who builds velocity as the start goes on. Can be 93, 94. He's talked about, honestly, like how frustrating it is. You show up on the mound, you're throwing 93. Like, I can do better than this. 3-2. Vaughn swings and misses. 94 on the sinker. It was plenty hard enough. And he sets him down. 2 away in the fourth. Fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids, the easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. 2 down, none on. Facing left-hand hitting Josh Palacios, who takes outside for ball 1. .53 degrees at first pitch today in Chicago. Wind blowing very hard towards the right field foul pole. 1-0, check swing. He went around. And Palacios and a back foot curve, 1-1. Sky blue, looking for a cloud. I do not see one. Lights are on, no effect. Pitch upstairs. Bleachers completely full at right field. Great buzz in here after last night. It was cold and quiet. Shadows moving their way between the mound and the plate. 2-1. Swing and a ground ball slowly to the right side. Christian Campbell is there, picks it up, throws to first. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Richard Fitz, this time against the heart of the lineup. Job done. Sox have 8, 9, and 1 coming up when we return in the 5th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you suffer from projectile dysfunction? That's when there's something stuck in your drains and pipes causing a backup. It can happen to the best of us, and Drains by James can get you unclogged and feeling free again. Projectile dysfunction can be serious if not treated right away. It will impact things at home, and you'll wonder why you didn't take care of it sooner. Go to DrainsByJames.com. Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Alex Cora. It's the home of the Sox. WEEI.
Back at Wright Field on the south side of Chicago, a little bit of a delay as Martin Perez didn't like the feel of the mound. His back plant left foot apparently wasn't able to kind of grip the dirt and clay in front of the rubber, so he called out the umpires and Will Venable and the grounds crew, so they went into the first base dugout, got a bucket of clay, and then one of those big metal tampers, and they've now got it to Martin's liking.
That was like how many White Sox employees can change a light bulb moment.
They were all out there. Martin's certainly particular. To his credit, he got warm in front of the mound throwing pitches, so only 2 or 3 needed on the actual mound. Get you caught up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard as we go along. The Yankees have erupted. Big lead over the San Francisco Giants in the later innings of that game. But the Red Sox looking to get something started. They got Carlos Narvaez, then Rafaela and Romy Gonzalez against Perez. No score, top 5. Sox with 2 hits, Chicago with 1. Carlos takes outside, change up for ball 1. Toronto is erupting in Baltimore, too. Anthony Santander has his first Blue Jay home run at a place he loved. The 1-0 is a strike on the inside corner. Orioles are off to a really shaky start. That is 3-0 Toronto in the 9th inning.
That is very, very interesting. Like, you think about their vibes as a club.
1-1. Swinging a foul on the first base side.
Like, you don't go get starting pitching. You lose Corbin Burns, but it's okay. I mean, we look at our lineup. Look at who we have, and then it starts bad.
They're hoping to get Wells and Bradish back. But, I mean, with all the young talent, it was hard to understand why they didn't do more. 1-2 to Narvaez. Pitch down and in. Second look at Carlos batting with his cousin Omar catching. Sox struggles with runners aboard and in scoring position have continued today. 2-2 pitch. That's a good take. Downstairs in a sinker. And it is 3-2. It is really fun to watch Martin Perez pitch. I mean, it's been a frustrating week or two for the Red Sox at the plate, but this guy is an artist. Changes speeds, moves it all over the place. The 3-2 is ripped down the left field line. That's a hit for Narvaez. He got another change up, and he was ready for it. So maybe the second into the third time through, the Red Sox will gear up for Martin. That's a big-time leadoff hit for Carlos.
Well, you just said it's fun to watch him pitch. And we've seen in the last 48 to 72 hours a lot of guys like this. We saw Chris Bassett of the Blue Jays, who throws a million different pitches, not at great velocity. But so often what you see against these guys...
Here's Cedon. He swings and misses at a cutter, and it's 0-1.
Is second, third time through. They've already shown you 4 different kinds of pitches, and now all of a sudden you see a changeup you can turn on.
It's different than the power pitcher who can go to the secondary stuff later in a start. 0-1 the pitch. Cedon softly grounds it foul on the third base side. There's just been very little loud contact for Cedon. It's so unusual. He had a tremendous spring training. Changed his hand position, the leg kick, but he has not been timed up. He looks a little fidgety in the box, too. Narvaez leads at first, 0-2. Here's the pitch, and it's high. He is such an emotional player in a good way, Cedon is, where happy-go-lucky, typical of the ABC Islanders. Always seems to be in a good mood, and I think the last few days, for the first time in a long time, he's just been a little bit down. The 1-2 is driven high in the gap into left center field. Back at the track, it's going to one-hop off the wall. That'll put a smile on his face. They're going to send Narvaez home. Cedon is chugging for third. Throw there. Not in time. Head first slide. RBI triple for Cedon Rafaela. Hallelujah. It's 1-0 Red Sox.
Woo. Middle change up, and he just turned on it. Took it left center field gap, no question. Can't even remember the last meaningful extra base hit. That's his first extra base hit of the season for Cedon Rafaela.
Guy who had so many of them a year ago. That thing was crushed. On most days, that's out of here. Here's Romy trying to make it a multi-run lead. The pitch is swung on miss. I like that he was aggressive there after walking twice, but a good cutter. And it's 0-1. Cedon, last year, 23 doubles, 5 triples, and 15 home runs. 0-1 to Romy. 1-0 Sox. Infield in. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Went after a cutter again, and it's 0-2.
And how wonderful is it that it comes from the bottom of the lineup? We talked about it last night. They've got nothing from 8 and 9. Not that you need them to give you everything every night, but that's a single and a triple from 8-9.
0-2. Trying to get Rafaela in. The pitch is fouled off. Romy will do this. He'll battle. He doesn't mind being behind 0-2. He also will change his approach. This is a spot where he's trying to get almost anything in play. Drawn in infield. 0-2. They've finally broken through the pitch. Swinging a line drive into left field. A base hit. Romy, my homie back in Chicago, makes it 2-0 Red Sox. Now, they figured out that changeup from Perez, and they've started hammering it.
It is. It's the exact same spot, slightly more into the right-hand hitter from Perez as the Rafaela swing, and Gonzalez just puts the bat head on it and crushed it on a line through the left side. These are just, it's amazing because you're sitting here through 4 innings, like what is going on? And the 3 best swings of the day have come all in a row off of Perez.
And how good a player is Romy Gonzalez? I mean, the guy came in with 15 at-bats, walks twice, drives in a run. Now he's aboard for Raffy. Penn Murphy, the righty, warms. Sox thinking about a crooked number here. Romy can fly. Big lead at first. Not going. The pitch is outside. curveball, and it's 1-0. When they got it going against the Cardinals, they were a stone rolling downhill. One hit tended to beget many others. Here's the pitch to Raffy. That's high. Cutter, and it's 2-0. Now, on the one hand, Perez is having a difficult time here. Raffy might want to be patient, but watching him for 8 years, knowing him, I think he's thinking unload right here. 2-0 with Romy at first. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and fouled back just over our heads. A cutter. He would like that one back. It's 2-1.
Yeah. Middle, little bit low, but middle cutter that he just tried to launch. Still, though, you just look at it, and I don't think Perez has a lot of options here. 2-1.
2-0 Sox. Still nobody out with Romy at first. Here's the pitch, and it is ripped on a hop to second. It's going to be a double play. To second for one, over to first two, double play. Romy had to see whether that thing was going to be caught in the air or not. It didn't matter. Raffy hit it right on the screws. That's a big pitch for Perez, and they're 2 away.
It's 99 off the bat. He crushed another one. Just didn't get under it enough. But this is 4 swings in the inning that have all just been annihilated in a way that we have not seen over the last 48 hours.
Here's Bregman. 2 down now, bases empty. But Narvaez started the party. Rafaela and Romy kept it going. Here is the pitch to Bregman, and it is outside, a ball. He thought he was robbed, called out on strikes, and a pitch that looked to be away. Narvaez 110 off the bat. Cedon 101. Romy 95 and Raffy 99 as a pitch bounces in there for a ball, and it's 2-0 to Bregman. Loud contact, a most welcome sound on the south side. Bregman waits. Perez throws. Bregman takes the ball outside. I think that if Bregman reaches here, we're going to see Penn Murphy out of the bullpen. And Will Venable knows firsthand what Rob Refsnyder can do. He's on deck. 3 balls, no strikes. Perez winds, he throws. Bregman takes outside, ball 4. So the inning continues. Refsnyder is due up, and indeed, here comes Will Venable. That'll do it for Martin Perez. They solved the riddle in the 5th inning. 2 runs in. Refsnyder will face the righty Murphy when we return to Chicago. 2-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built Ford tough and smarter than ever. The legendary Super Duty, our most capable heavy-duty pickup, and the turbocharged Ranger, ready for your next adventure. Visit buyfordnow.com and see why now's the time to buy or lease your new Ford truck.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
For the second straight game in this series, the very awkward, sidewinding right-hander Penn Murphy is on. And Rob Refsnyder will hang in there and face him. Bregman drew a walk, ending the day for Martin Perez. Murphy came on last night in the 8th inning. He gave up a double to Casas, but then struck out Story, Abreu, and Campbell. Nice little rally here for the Red Sox to get the first 2 runs of this ball game. Herb Chambers' batting order in this 5th is brought to you by Herb Chambers' Volvo Cars of Norwood.
And again, it's the part of the lineup that starts this second time through against Perez. Narvaez singles, Rafaela triples, Romy singles, and now it's set up for Rob.
And what a liberating swing that must feel like for Cedon.
Oh, gosh.
Really fighting it. Here's Refsnyder, who's looked really good at the plate. 2 hard hit outs. Pitch is low. Throws a ton of those sweepers, does Murphy, and it's 1-0. It's amazing how contagious hitting can be. Red Sox saw 1 line drive and a couple more followed. 1-0 to Ref. Here's the pitch. It is a strike on the inside corner. Bregman's not immune to a sneak attack steal. Omar Narvaez does not throw nearly as well anymore. And Murphy kind of slow to the plate. Bregman does have a steal this year. He's leading away at first. 1-1. The pitch inside. He's so aware of the strike zone, Refsnyder is. And it is 2-1. Shadow now basically over the mound. Cooling off a little bit here in Chicago, but by the standards of this spring, it's been lovely today. 2-1. The pitch is outside, and it's 3-1. Trevor Story's out on deck. Code word of the game, by the way, is balk. Take one of those right here. B-A-L-K. That's the code word. Enter it in the member portal. Bregman runs the 3-1 swing and a chopper foul on the third base side. I love the aggression there. Why not? Refsnyder in an advantageous count. And so Bregman retreats to first, and he'll be off again, 3-2 with 2 down.
By the way, the Red Sox do something today against Perez, and nobody's done. He'd gone 6+ in both of his outings so far this year, and now you're in their bullpen 2 outs into the 5th inning.
Must be such a relief for the offense to break through. Bregman will go again. 3-2 to Ref. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Sweeper, and Refsnyder could not hold on. However, the Red Sox break the ice. They get 2 across. Halfway home in Chicago. 2-0 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Richard Fitz looking to get his first big league win here today. They lead 2-0 to the Red Sox into the bottom of the 5th. Chase Meidroth, who's not made an out in the big leagues, leads off. The pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. He looks the part, does Meidroth, and that was the report. I know you've been around him, Cooper. We just kept hearing it over and over again. The dude is just an absolute gamer. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. A slider, and it's 0-2.
He's so fun to watch play the game because he never, ever leaves the zone, feels like. And when you throw him a strike, he hits it. Like, what else could you want?
Mom and Dad are here. That's very cool. 0-2. Is a check swing. Did he go? No, a slider that missed outside. It's 1-2. They imagined a big league debut for Chase in a different Sox uniform, but it's one of these classic cases where You know, the news hits, you're moving on to a new organization, and it's sort of bittersweet. The 1-2 is swung on and chopped toward the left side, backhanded by Story. He stumbles, he throws to first. In time, they got him. Meidroth is retired, and there's one away. On the one hand, I mean, he dreamed about coming to the big leagues with Roman and Christian and Marcelo and wearing that jersey. But I think after a few hours or so, you realize another team wanted me, and I got a chance to fast track to the major leagues.
Yeah, and this is the perfect place to be, even if it may not feel that way at times, because he's going to play here.
Here's a swing and a miss by Lenin Sosa. That was a good fastball, 0-1.
And he's young enough that, like, they're dreaming of the future, obviously, here. He is the future here.
95 that time from Fitz here. Another 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Another strike. He's digging back a little bit as Richard. And it's 0-2. Impressive stuff from Fitz. Bullpen quiet, and why not? Here's the 0-2. Popped up, foul of first. Long run back for Romy toward the retaining wall. Lookout, out of play. And it stays 0-2.
He's retired 9 in a row, Fitz.
And only needed 64 pitches overall. So pretty efficient so far.
The fastball's been dominant. That's the thing. Like, you know, he's done this not even so much with sweeper, curveball, or anything like that. He's just gone at guys.
And more lately. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high, lining, slicing foul down the right field line, and no chance for Abreu. Tailed out of play. I don't know how Sosa didn't break his bat there. Stays 0-2. He struck out in the second. I mean, the White Sox have only had 2 base runners in this game. Walking a hit in the second. 0-2 with 1 down here in the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Nasty sweeper. Wow. Fitz has his 5th strikeout. 10 in a row retired. And with 2 down, here's Omar Narvaez.
Well, it's 66 pitches now for Richard Fitz, and he has thrown 42 fastballs of his 66 pitches. And so when he throws a sweeper, it's like they haven't seen it before.
Oh, I love that anytime from Richard as Narvaez grounds one to second. Campbell to a knee, backhands, boots it, and he throws to first late. That'll be an error on Christian Campbell, and he played it into one by retreating a little bit. Went to a knee, mishandled it, so a defensive flare-up for the Red Sox. That's their 20th error, the most in the big leagues, and it spoils what would have been a very quick inning for Fitz. So 1 on 2 out. Here's Michael A. Taylor.
This is where you need Richard Fitz to do what Sean Newcomb last night could not, which is your team makes an error behind you. It's frustrating. I think Carlos Narvaez recognizes all of this, so he goes out to talk with Fitz for a second. But last night the pitches weren't made to get out of this moment. This is where Fitz has to know that his stuff has worked. This is the 9-hitter. It is all in front of him.
On the one hand, patience with Christian Campbell. He just has not played a lot of second base. That's understandable. They're going to be growing pains. The Red Sox knew that when they gave him the job. On the other hand, it's the big leagues, and it is getting really rough for the Red Sox to watch plays not be made behind their pitchers.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not frustrating, but I do think it's an error that you account for in some ways in the calculus. You know that early in the year this is going to happen for him. Not that it's a good thing, but
see if Fitz can pitch out of it and around it. Taylor got a little bit of power. A big World Series home run with the Nats. He takes a strike on the outside corner. 2-0 Boston. Bottom of the 5th. Frustration eased a little bit in the top of this inning with a couple runs across. Campbell shaded up the middle from second base. Story way over in the hole. 0-1. That's perfect. Slider on the outside corner. It's 0-2. This is a clinic from Richard Fitz. We talked about the fastball usage. I love that on any day for him, but especially against this offense, which is at the bottom of the league in everything. 0-2. Taylor digs back in. Fitz peers into Narvaez. Down on that right knee, Carlos sets. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a high fly into right field, but it hangs up. Abreu's in front of the warning track with the shades on. He's there to make the play. He does pitch around the error. Really good stuff for Richard Fitz. We're through 5. Red Sox 2, White Sox nothing on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox lead in Chicago 2-0 as we start the 6th inning. Reminding the Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund for every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during the season. The Arbella Insurance Foundation will donate $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. And Chicago has gone to their third pitcher of the afternoon, right-hander Mike Vassell, Massachusetts kid, born in Boston. BC High, made his major league debut with the Chicago White Sox this year. He faces Trevor Story, right-hand hitter, and Trevor takes strike one on the curveball to begin the 6th. Red Sox couldn't touch Martin Perez for 5 innings, and then they did. 0-1 foul back, 0-2. Carlos Narvaez led off last inning in the 5th with a single. Cedar Rafaela grabbed his first extra base hit of the season with a triple to left center field to give the Red Sox the lead. Romy followed with an RBI single. Rafi was next. He crushed a ball, just happened to be at the second baseman, and Sosa turned to 4-6-3. Count 0-2 here to Trevor Story in the 6th. The pitch from Vassell is swung on and missed. Beat him outside with the sinker. 3 pitches, 1 out. Mike Vassell, who, again, born in Boston, grew up in Mass, BC High kid, played summer ball in the Cape Cod Baseball League. After a few years in the Mets organization, ending up in the Rays organization in spring training. Now he's with the White Sox. Pitch is fouled back by Christian Campbell. These are so many of the kinds of guys that are on this roster getting their first ever chance to be on a big league roster when maybe no other team in baseball, maybe Miami or one of the others, but would have given them this chance. 0-1, swinging a fly ball off the bat of Campbell. High in the air to center. Robert back, still back. He's on the warning track. And he makes the catch 375 feet away from the plate and about 10 from pay dirt for Christian Campbell. Another good swing. Red Sox have taken completely different swings over the last 8-9 batters, which maybe sets the perfect stage for this man, Wilyer Abreu. Right-hander Vassell deals. Wilyer takes way outside with the curveball, 1-0. These guys have seen each other a lot, I can guarantee it. I've seen it in the International League and AAA. Saw each other in spring training plenty too, 1-0. Abreu swings, chops it foul, first base side. Wilyer stepped up in the 4th inning before the Red Sox scored any of their runs. 2 outs, 2 men on, and struck out looking on a 3-2 pitch that was near the zone. Takes outside, 2 balls and a strike. But these are the moments all year long over 15 games where Wilyer has made it count. A 2-1 pitch. He takes way outside. Curveball was not competitive, and it's 3-1. Red Sox leading 2-0 in the 6th inning on a Saturday afternoon in Chicago. 3-1 pitch from Vassell to Wilyer, who takes just outside for ball 4. There was a delay of the moment because it's not far off from where he got rung up on last time. This time called the ball beneath the zone by Paul Clemens. And it's a walk with 2 outs for Wilyer, who's walking 1 in 5 plate appearances to start the year.
So it makes him so special. I mean, he feels the zone. He's a great defender, and when he decides to pull the trigger, he's got one of the best swings in the sport.
He's on. Carlos Narvaez takes outside.
I wouldn't rule out a sneak attack here from Wilyer. I mean, he can move. Maybe they got a read on Vassell. Why not push the limits a little bit here?
You have to think Mike Vassell in his first few ever appearances, his 4th in the big leagues. 1-0 is on the outside corner for a strike. His 4th ever appearance in the big leagues. He's thinking about the guy in front of him right now. Outfield straight away, infield shifted slightly to pull. Second baseman Sosa towards the bag. 1-1. Abreu's going, and the pitch is outside, and the throw to second is one hop and laid. He sneaks, he attacks, and he's in scoring position.
It just makes too much sense. I mean, you've got a lead. You're playing with house money. The offense has been struggling, and Narvaez does not throw as well anymore, so love it.
You delivered there. Very nice. Curveball down in the zone through his perfect pitch. And now, a man on second with 2 outs. And a 2-1 pitch to Carlos, who takes way outside, 3-1. Tumbleweeds of a first 5 innings, 4 innings offensively for the Red Sox. That ended thanks to Narvaez, who singled. 3-1 here. He takes, called strike barely over the outside corner with the sinker. 3-2. Narvaez calls time. Cedon on deck. It was his triple that gave the Red Sox the lead. Up 2-0. Wilyer off of second. Mike Vassell, the right-hander, against right-hand hitting Carlos Narvaez. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Carlos swings and misses. Sinker beat him to the spot to end the inning. Wilyer gets to second, no further. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Richard Fitz out for another inning, leading 2-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Red Sox leading the White Sox 2-0 in Chicago. Red Sox starter Richard Fitts has just been awesome today. And he starts the bottom of the sixth with a chopper foul from the bat of Miguel Vargas. So the third time through the order starts right here, right now. Vargas, Nick Maton, and Luis Robert against Richard Fitts. Short sleeves on a breezy day in Chicago. A one swing and a miss. Pump 94 by Vargas. And it's 0-2. That was the 72nd pitch of Richard Fitts' afternoon. 52 of the 72 have been strikes. He's ahead 0-2 in the pitch. Is fouled back. Another strike. 72% of his pitches have been strikes today. Almost 3/4 in a league where the average is 63%. Way up there. Another 0-2 to Vargas. And he gets a foul ball again off to the right. It's an amazing thing to watch it all come together for him. Came to the Red Sox, of course, for Alex Verdugo with Greg Weissert at the beginning of last year. Got to AAA. Deals 0-2. That's outside. Good leave on a sweeper by Vargas. It was a really good pitch. It's an amazing thing to watch because he had good stuff, but not great stuff. Fastball was 92, 93. Slider was a work in progress. 1-2 here. Outside. 2-2. And Red Sox pitching development. Andrew Bailey, pitching coach at the AAA level. Dan DeLucia. Done a wonderful job as now Fitts walks off the back of the mound, and it looks like he's holding his chest, and Alex Cora is coming out of the dugout. And so is the training staff, and there's obviously something there that they didn't like. And yeah, Richard has got his glove hand on his, what looks like his pectoral muscle, almost, or at least that area right underneath his right armpit. Oh, man. Look at the replay. He threw the pitch. He immediately looked toward the dugout. And you could see he just kind of felt something on his right side. Yeah, he immediately, as he threw the pitch, gestured to the dugout, called them out, and now he's going to leave the game. On his 76th pitch of the day, Richard Fitts exits with apparent injury. Arm dangling down on his right side, holding his glove. He'll walk right down the tunnel, and pretty much out of nowhere on really up until that last pitch, the brightest day of his major league career, Richard Fitts exits with injury. I think the pitch before, too, maybe, I don't know if he felt something or whatever, but again, he walked around the back of the mound. We're just getting looks at all the replays now of what happened, and he had his right pitching arm massaging just underneath his armpit, the pectoral muscle, and at least that, again, general area, and so he's done for the day.
Not good. I mean, that is on an otherwise really uplifting day. Fitz was awesome. When it's an already thin staff, you just hope it's minor, right? And that I'm sure that Alex Cora was going to take him out almost no matter what, just as a precautionary measure. It's a cold day. But that's one where you just hold your breath and wait and see what the reports are.
Never good to see the pitcher being the one to call them out of the dugout. Zach Kelly is going to be the new Red Sox pitcher. He comes out of the bullpen. He was not throwing, so we'll have a little while here while he gets warm. Takes us a moment to step aside in a game where the Red Sox lead 2-0 in the 6th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Do you suffer from projectile dysfunction? That's when there's something stuck in your drains and pipes causing a backup. It can happen to the best of us, and Drains by James can get you unclogged and feeling free again. Projectile dysfunction can be serious if not treated right away. It will impact things at home, and you'll wonder why you didn't take care of it sooner. Go to drainsbyjames.com. Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes.
Richard Fitz exits with an apparent injury, and Red Sox have Zach Kelly coming out of their bullpen, so he's finishing off what is an extended warm-up. Obviously, gets all the time that he needs. Red Sox leading 2-0 over the White Sox, but Fitz, who had thrown 76 pitches on, honestly, the best day of his young career. He was incredibly good today. Interrupted in the late innings only by an error. But he threw a pitch. He did not like the way that he felt. He gestured to the area under his armpit or something like that on the throwing side, the right hand side of his body, and he leaves the game. Obviously, we'll keep you updated as we know. Gives us a second as Zach Kelly here throws to take a look at the league leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. Look at the Major League home run leaders. It's a very fascinating list. 6 home runs is the top number. Tommy Edman of the Dodgers, Wilmer Flores of the Giants, Aaron Judge of the Yankees, Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies, Tyler Soderstrom of the A's, and Mike Trout. Once again, Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining at drainsbyjames.com. At Drains by James, they give a poop about your pipes. So, bottom of the 6th inning, Red Sox leading 2-0. It's a 2-2 count on Miguel Vargas. Zach Kelly's in the game. Kelly's first pitch is a 2-strike pitch, and it's popped up foul behind the plate. Fitz goes 5 scoreless innings. Gives up 2 hits, and obviously you're concerned about long-term and your starting rotation, but just in the micro here, innings that you thought Richard Fitz easily could have covered at 76 pitches are now the bullpens. 2 balls and 2 strikes, Kelly deals. Ground ball foul the other way, and a half swing by Vargas. 5 strikeouts for Fitz, new career high. Imagine that Hunter Dobbins might be getting a call right around now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kelly sets and fires and misses outside. 3-2 to Vargas.
Well, it's good. I mean, they got more depth than they have in a lot of years, so there is some cushion there. You just hope it's not one of those weird, like, rib cage intercostal things for Hunter Dobbins. For Richard Fitz. I'm not a doctor, no speculation, but you hope it's just a little tweak.
3-2 outside ball for Zach Kelly. Walks in the game, walks Vargas out of a 2-2 count. And Chicago will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 6th.
Well, not an easy spot there for Zach. Coming in cold, but the last thing he wanted to do.
Kelly out of the Red Sox bullpen. Bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Now he faces left-hand hitting Nick Maton. And Maton cuts and misses. This is a guy for the White Sox that's in the lineup to do this. Face right-handed pitching. Changed his whole approach, changed his whole swing in the Orioles in the minor leagues last year and gets a major league deal out of it. Man off first and the pitch. And it swung on, popped up behind the plate. Just to the left of Will Fleming. 0-2. For Zach, who's thrown a lot of strikes, making his 5th appearance of the young season. ERA above 7, inflated by 2 runs allowed against Toronto 4 days ago. Pitch, up and in. Snap throw down to first is not in time. Looking at Vargas over there. Well, you figure if Zach can get you through the 6th, you've got pretty much anyone and everyone available for 7, 8, and 9. 1-2 is a called strike 3. Pump 95 on the inner edge. Maton watched it go by. And will walk back to the dugout. Big first out for Zach. Let's pause for station identification on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Man on, man down, 6th inning, 2-0 Red Sox. Zach Kelly dealing, and Luis Robert takes outside ball 1.
By the way, that was one of those counts. I mean, at least 3 pitches have been thrown 2-2. Fitz to Kelly. The outcome of that, the walk, is charged to Zach.
Which is 1-0 is low. 2-0, which is even more fair to Fitz's line because he was dominant from a strike throwing perspective. This is nerve-wracking. 2-0 count to Luis Robert with a man on. Zach Kelly deals, and Robert swings, hits it in the air, right field deep. Abreu back at the wall. It's gone. Fitz leaves the game. Kelly comes in, and Luis Robert hits a game-tying 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Fastball down the middle. 2-0 count. Luis Robert hits his first home run of the season. He went right center to one of the deepest parts of this ballpark. Abreu got to the chain link. Thought that maybe he'd have a chance to jump, and he did not. Tie game. Now it's Andrew Vaughn. He takes outside ball 1.
Well, you sensed it, and how quickly this thing changed. I mean, Fitz is rolling along, the offense getting a little unlocked. And then the injury, and in the blink, the game is tied.
1-0. Vaughn takes low, 2-0.
This becomes one of those sort of gut check moments early in the season for the club. I mean, the injury is what it is, right? And you just can't be sort of rattled by it.
Two balls, no strikes, 1 down. Nobody on. Andrew Vaughn. Pitch outside, 3-0. And we were talking about it earlier off the air before the game about how when the Red Sox came here and didn't win the series against the worst team in the history of baseball, that it actually did light a fire. It actually did. 3-0 is on the outside corner for a strike. Vaughn hated the call. It's 3-1.
And not that it's the biggest storyline right now. The injury is, but that home run means that Fitz can't get his first big league win, and he pitched well enough to get it.
more than well enough. 3 balls and a strike. Zach Kelly to Andrew Vaughn. And the pitch is foul back, 3-2. You think about that stretch after the Red Sox came here. They played very well out of it. They had really a couple of individual months. June being the first of the two where they were maybe the best offensive team in baseball last year. 3-2 is on the inside corner. Bent a slider on a hard left turn on the inside corner. Andrew Vaughn doesn't like it. The Boo Birds don't like it. But 2 down on a K for Zach Kelly. Still have, you think about it bullpen-wise. I mean, Kelly hopefully gets you one more out here against Palacios. You have everyone available. Now you have a lot of left-hand hitters against right-hand relievers off your bench, too. First pitch, Josh Palacios takes a strike, and that in mind, you look out to the bullpen, and the White Sox have a left-hander warming. 2 outs, tie game, 6th inning. Pitch, swinging a ground ball, slowly right-sided. Christian Campbell, who gobbles, throws to first in time to end the inning. An inning where the White Sox tied. A 2-run home run from Luis Robert off of Zach Kelly after an injury. And we're tied at 2 as we go to the 7th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Want to pull off the season's freshest trends? You just need the right shoes. That's where Designer Shoe Warehouse comes in. Loving wide-leg jeans? Pair them with sleek, low-profile sneakers. Obsessed with the sheer trend? Try it with mesh flats. Feeling boho? Comfy sandals nail the whole free-spirited thing. Find on-trend shoes from the brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, and more at DSW.
Oh, watch for beans.
That sign says watch for bears. Here, let's find you an eye doctor on ZocDoc.
Look, Dr. Barker is in network.
That says Dr. Baker. Here, let me help. Reviews say he's very attentive. Dr. Cleaves has 5 stars and an opening tomorrow.
That's great.
Booked it.
Nice. So, why do I need to watch for falling socks? You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time, and the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Springfest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hey, it's Alex Bregman. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Cedar Rafaela swings and misses. Took a home run swing to begin the 7th. Red Sox and White Sox tied at 2 in Chicago. Red Sox led 2-0. Luis Robert happened. 2-run home run to right. So now Mike Vasil out there. A 1-swing ground ball left side bounding through the hole on the left for a base hit for Rafaela. Third baseman Vargas dove left. Shortstop Mydroth dove right. And it was acts of futility. A leadoff single for Cedar in the 7th.
Well, welcome to the season, Cedar. I mean, that's looking like himself from a year ago. Need a run in this inning. The Red Sox need to bounce back, get up off the mat.
Cedar on first. Romy Gonzalez against his former team. Right versus right against Mike Vasil. Pitch is outside. Cedar got a hop, skip, and a jump over there at first. Didn't go.
He had a massive lead, timing him up a little bit. I mean, Romy's been so good at the plate.
Cedar's 2 for 2. Held on by Vaughn in the shadows, and now Vasil spins, throws over there.
Zach Kelly's going to be so frustrated with that sequence. I mean, the walk of the leadoff man. He comes in cold. It's not an easy spot at all. But Robert is the guy in the whole order on a day like today that could really hurt you.
Count 1-0. Pitch. And Gonzalez takes outside. 2-0. That is. There's a four-seam fastball right down the middle to I don't know what he had, but last year, but that's an all-star. 2023. Cedon inching off of first, and he goes. Pitch outside, throw to second is tugged and wide, and Rafaela is safe. Sosa made a backhand stop just to keep that out of center field, but the go-ahead runs in scoring position on Cedon's third stolen base of the year.
So much to love about that. I mean, it's a great jump by Cedon. Narvaez has no chance to throw these guys out tonight, and now great take from Romy. See if he can get him over at least.
3-0 count. Pitch, swing, and a miss. He was going for much more than that.
Well, I love the 3-0 swing there. Why not?
You figure he got that sinker up and away. He's going to get a sinker here. 3-1 from Vassell, who deals, and Romy fouls it back just a little late on a four-seam fastball. Now it's 3-2.
Well, you love him taking chances ahead in the count, and now the approach needs to change. I mean, and Romy's really good at this, but the mindset has to be get him over.
Rafaela leads off second. Nobody out in the seventh in a tie game. The pitch, swing and a pop-up. Again, foul off to the right.
And you can see it. I mean, he's thinking inside out.
Three plate appearances for Romy. He's been on all three times. RBI single back in the fifth. A man on second in the seventh. 3-2. And he swings and he grounds it left side. Booted by Vargas. Third baseman picks it up. Throws. Stretch. Vaughn. Got him. Vaughn kept his right foot on the bag in the estimation of Brian Walsh.
He's safe. I think he beat it whether the foot was on the bag or not. I mean, that's an easy review. I think he totally missed that call. We'll see on the replay, but I thought Romy easily beat that thing.
Alex Cora mimes headphones to look at it. We will too.
It is the question of whether the foot was on or off the bag in that situation.
Throw got there a hair in front of Romy's Nikes.
Let's see. I mean, that was a bad angle. The one it's basically the camera angle from center field does no one any good. They need the one down the first base line to try to figure out if the foot is on the bag or not.
I think it is. It's hard to tell. There's a white cleat on a white bag. I don't necessarily see. They can also frame everything up here.
Yeah. He might be out. I think you're right. Maybe the tiptoe on the bag.
And also, the call on the field is he's out.
Right. So I don't know that it's incontrovertible.
What a play by Vaughn. It was a terrible throw up the line from Vargas after he booted it. Vaughn goes full dive to his right. And we wait for New York. Out. Confirmed out.
Why are the fans booing?
There are some Red Sox fans here. Now Rafi Devers is about to get intentionally walked, and there he is. So Rafi's intentionally walked. They get the out at first base, and the Red Sox have runners on first and second with one out here in the top of the seventh inning.
That's one where it's like milliseconds looking at the last replay where, the question is the ball in the webbing of the glove with the foot still on the bag? I really don't think it was, but I think the fact that the call on the field was out is the tiebreaker there.
Yeah, the way the rule is written, the way the verbiage exists, there's no way they could have overturned that. Meeting on the mound, too. Their pitching coach is out there. So, again, Cedon singles. He steals second. Romy grounds to third. They call him out on a diving play by the first baseman, Vaughn. They review it, and they deem that Romy was, in fact, out 5-3. Rafi just got intentionally walked. And here we go. One out in the seventh. Tie game at 2. And Alex Bregman faces Mike Vassell. The man who has had more plate appearances with runners in scoring position than anybody else on this team. With 1 out and 2 on. The first pitch. Alex takes outside, ball 1.
It's the definition of protection in the lineup. But they're going to do that a lot. They're going to walk Rafi in these kind of spots.
Cedon off second, held on by the second baseman Sosa. Rafi off first. Vaughn plays behind him. 1-0. Bregman takes outside. 2-0. Ref Snyder's on deck. They have a lefty warming, so it wouldn't go to the lefty there, but it looks like it's going to be refs at bat for the moment. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. Bregman takes low. 3-0.
You are correct, sir. They are not going to go to a lefty to face Ref Snyder. And Alex Cora is not going to pinch hit with either Casas or Hamilton because he knows they'd counter with a lefty.
Pitch. Right down the middle, a strike. 3-1.
He's just running the math in his head right now, Alex says. What would I rather? The matchup of Ref Snyder against a righty or Casas and Hamilton against a lefty?
2 on, 1 down. 3-1 pitch. Bregman swings, hits a fly ball high in the air down the right field line. Vaughn out, Palacios in right field, and a foul ground makes the catch. Rafaela faked the tag. The throw comes in and holds Cedon at second. Bregman retired again with runners in scoring position. And they're 2 down in the 7th.
So frustrating. And, I mean, it drives nobody crazier than Alex Bregman. He just has not done enough in those spots. Situational hitting early in this season has not been a strength for this team.
Bregman walking down the Red Sox dugout with his helmet in his teeth. 2 on, 2 down. Rob Refsnyder now. And Ref swings, pops it up behind the plate, and foul.
Well, you figure it won't last, but he is not happy with himself right now.
Red Sox led this game 2-0. Richard Fitz was dominating. He left with injury. Zach Kelly came in. Luis Robert hit a 2-run home run to tie the game in the bottom of the 6th. We play in the top of the 7th. Pitch. Refsnyder swings and misses. Chase the fastball upstairs. And the Red Sox, who had a runner on second base with nobody out, are 1 strike away from coming up with nothing. Battle time for Refsnyder against Mike Vassell. The 0-2 to him. Ref takes upstairs, 1-2. Rafaela has big-time speed on second. Representing the go-ahead run, Rafi behind him. Leads off of first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Vassell. Ref swings, slices it in the air down the right field line. Palacios sprinting, Vaughn sprinting, and it dunks down foul. Off the end of the bat from the right-hand hitter, so it was curving towards foul territory and plopped down about 15, 20 feet. Palacios had a good bid on it, but the count stays 1-2. Sox finally had some offensive fire in the 5th inning. 2 innings later, back in a tie game. And a 1-2 pitch with 2 down to Rob Refsnyder, who swings and misses. 4-seam fastball right by him. Inning over after the Rafaela single. The Red Sox come up with nothing. Tied at 2 as we go to the stretch. Bottom of the 7th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Ego Power Plus Savings Event is on at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery with purchase of a Select trimmer, blower, or mower kit. That's a $299 value. Plus, shop today for new and exclusive items you need for your lawn. So get ready for spring with the latest in innovation from Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Only at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 4/16. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing, then another, and don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation, but then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Tied at 2, bottom of the 7th inning in Chicago. Red Sox and White Sox. Zach Kelly out for a second inning here. Right-hander set to face Chase Mydroth and Lenin Sosa. 2 right-hand hitters, 6 and 7. You figure the lefty will see Omar Narvaez at some point out of the bullpen. First pitch right down the middle from Zach. Strike 1 to Chase Mydroth. Red Sox led 2-0. Chicago comes back with 2 on a home run by Luis Robert. We got a tie game late in this one. The 0-1. Swing and a foul back by Mydroth, and Zach gets ahead 0-2. Give you the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Yankees leading the Giants 8-4. Giants have a couple of men on. Comeback trail there. 0-2. Swing chopper right back to Kelly, who gloves on the mound. He runs to first. He underhands it for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. Rays on top of the Braves 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Baltimore and Toronto, they're in the 8th at Camden Yards. 5-4 Orioles in that one. A little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Pitch from Kelly down and away. That's ball 1 to Lenin Sosa. One ball, no strikes. Right versus right. And the pitch is outside. 2-0. Got a little cooler here in Chicago. Wind has been blowing pretty steadily towards the right field foul pole from the sunshine part of the ballpark that beams down on the bleachers all afternoon long. Left center. 2-0 is a strike, 2-1. But the vast majority of this ballpark is now in the shadows, save for a little bit of the outfield as the late afternoon sun starting to move. 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field line towards foul ground. Abreu gives it a look towards the wall and watches it fly foul off the netting. Lively crowd on a Saturday afternoon as we inch towards 5:30 local in Chicago. Red Sox lost last night and trying to win today just to get themselves in a situation where they could win the series tomorrow with Garrett Crochet on the mound against his former team. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down in the 7th. Zach Kelly sets and he fires, and Sosa chases a beautiful sweeper away for a strikeout for Kelly, his second. They're 2 down. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today. That's the last pitch Zach Kelly's going to throw. He exits, and with Omar Narvaez, a left-hand hitter, coming up, Red Sox going to the bullpen with a left-hander. Tied at 2 in the 7th. We'll step aside for a pitch break on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built Ford tough and smarter than ever. The legendary Super Duty, our most capable heavy-duty pickup, and the turbocharged Ranger, ready for your next adventure. Visit buyfordnow.com and see why now's the time to buy or lease your new Ford truck.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Today's seventh inning is sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you gotta get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. Red Sox try to get us to the eighth inning at a tie game at 2. In the bottom of the seventh inning, Zach Kelly got the first 2 outs against right-handed batters, so now Alex Cora turns to Justin Wilson out of the Sox bullpen to face the left-hand hitting Omar Narvaez. 2 outs, nobody on. Left on left, to the first pitch from Wilson is fouled back by Narvaez. Red Sox have, in the eighth inning, Story, Campbell, and Abreu. White Sox have had a left-hander warming for a long while. Now they have a right-hander going. That's Jordan Leisure. Pitch low, 1-1. Good news for Alex Cora is, late in games he loves to deploy as many weapons as humanly possible. He has left-hand hitters sitting on the bench depending on the moment. 1-1 is just outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, Will Venable doesn't know this, but we do. Jarren Duran is highly unlikely to play today. Alex wants to give him a true off day. He does have Hamilton and Casas available on the bench.
2-1 pitch. Narvaez swings, hits a fly ball high in the air to left field. Ref Snyder angles over, he's under it, and he puts it away in the sunshine to end the 7th inning. We're going to the 8th, tied at 2 in Chicago on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Ego Power Plus Savings Event is on at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery with purchase of a Select trimmer, blower, or mower kit. That's a $299 value. Plus, shop today for new and exclusive items you need for your lawn. So get ready for spring with the latest in innovation from Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Only at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 4/16. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jordan Leisure, the right-hander, is on for the Chicago White Sox. We are tied. Into the 8th we go. It'll be Trevor Story, Christian Campbell, and Wilyer Abreu. It's hard to find a spot that Alex Cora might pinch hit I mean, Tristan Casas does have a helmet and the elbow guard on and a bat in his hand, so maybe I'm wrong. The only thing you think about, though, is where would he hit? Is it for Carlos Narvaez? And in that spot, then in a close game late, you bring in Blake Sabol to play defense. They've got Casas ready, but for me, that's a hard call to make in this situation. But, I mean, Casas has got full gear on like he's going into battle. Here we go. Story looking to set the stage here in the top of the 8th inning. Red Sox frustrated early, broke through with 2 runs in the 5th. Then an injury to the dominant Richard Fitts changed everything. 2-2. Here's Story, the pitch. Swing and a foul on the first base side. And how to play. Trevor has looked really good at the plate last couple days. Love to get on base here. Leisure throws and he misses outside with a fastball, and it's 1-1. Next one, swing and a miss. He challenged it with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got a big arm. 3 2/3 innings, a 4.91 ERA. He's allowed a lot of base runners, 5 hits and 3 walks.
Well, and big time swing and miss stuff despite all of that. So if he's in the zone, he's hard to hit. If he's out of the zone, might score a few.
Trevor with 2 hits and a strikeout today. 2-2, top 8. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew him away with an elevated fastball at the top of the zone. That's a perfect pitch. And there's one away.
It's one of the frustrating parts of being in a tight game late. Their bullpen is not a strength. Not that they have a lot of strength, but their bullpen's not a strength. But you're in a tie game in the 8th inning. They have a few arms they can go to, and this is one of them.
They do, although these 2 hitters in a row can handle velocity. The pitch to Campbell, swing and a miss. That's a pretty nasty slider at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Campbell at the plate. Abreu on deck. Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers Kia of Burlington. 0-1 the pitch. Fouled straight back. He's done a really good job so far. Leisure has. Keeping the fastball at the top of the zone. Campbell 0 for 2 with a walk, and he takes a fastball very close. Actually, a slider off the plate, and it's 1-2. Either a great take or a prayer. It was answered for now. 1-2, the pitch. Way high. That was an easy take. Fastball, and it's 2-2. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line. 2-2 to Campbell, the pitch. That is outside. Another great take. That was off the plate. These fans who came to a pub crawl at the ballpark before the game all fancying themselves umpires. That was way outside. I mean, not way outside, but definitely a ball, and it's 3-2 to Campbell. Get on base any way you can. Here's the pitch. Swinging a soft ground ball back to the mound. Ledger has it. Flips underhand to first, and Campbell is retired.
I just realized beer sales end after the 7th inning.
So maybe the gripes could slow down, but something tells me they're sort of baked in. And here is Willier. The Red Sox have Justin Slayton up and warming in their bullpen. Well, you know what, Coop? You've been on it for a couple days. That Willier's got a big moment coming. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed. A huge cut at 96. And it is 0-1. Here's what I know. I've watched him enough to know that when he's got a balanced swing, good things are coming. 0-1. 2 down in the 8th, tied at 2. The pitch is outside. And here's what I really know. I ran it by Alex Cora, and he said, did you see those swings from Abreu last night? He's going to go off. So, that'd be a good time to start that. 1-1 to Willier. The pitch is outside. Patient, 97 off the plate. And it's 2-1. Tristan Casas still has a bat and a helmet on in the Red Sox dugout. Narvaez would be next. 2-1. Here's the pitch. It is up the middle, softly hit, through into the outfield. That's a base hit. Well, now, I guess decision time for Alex Cora. Narvaez looking into that first base dugout. Willier, as the go-ahead run, he is aboard with 2 out in the 8th. Sort of a knuckleball through the middle.
You also wonder, too, now at this point, obviously Narvaez is going to bat. Rafael is out there. Is this Casas for Romy if it were to get that far?
It's a long way down the line. 2 down. Here is Narvaez. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Carlos started the 2-run rally in the 5th with a base hit. He's 1 for 3 today. Playing the pull on the infield. 0-1. Abreu not much of a lead at first. And time is called by the hitter, Narvaez. And again, Willier already has a steal in this game. It came in the 6th inning. A great spot to try it, especially in an 0-1 count where you're thinking Narvaez might see spin. 0-1, the pitch is not spin at all. It's a fastball at 97, down and away, and it is 1-1. It's one of the many things that has the Red Sox excited about their offense this year. The speed can really force the issue. The pitch, swing and a miss, slider. So now it's 1-2. And you would think in a 2-strike count, that means probably more likely that Abreu considers it here. 1-2, 2 down in the 8th. Williers sort of flinching, not going. The pitch is just outside. Down and away, a 4-seam fastball, and it's 2-2.
3 times that pitch has been in that spot in this inning. 3 times it's been called the ball correctly.
It's a welcome change from what happened earlier with Paul Clemens. 2-2, the pitch is low. Well, now that's a big pitch because Abreu absolutely gets a running start from first. Cedon, who's had a nice day at the plate, is on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And that is strike 3 called. Slider in there at the top of the zone, and the inning is over. I think we'll see Justin Slayton when we go to the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 2 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Ego Power Plus Savings Event is on at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery with purchase of a Select trimmer, blower, or mower kit. That's a $299 value. Plus, shop today for new and exclusive items you need for your lawn. So get ready for spring with the latest in innovation from Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Only at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 4/16. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is Justin Slayton as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning in Chicago, tied at 2. Kind of a weird day for the Red Sox. Had a lead. Starting pitcher Richard Fitz got hurt, and then 2-run homer for Luis Robert Jr. knotted things. Boston had a big-time chance in the 7th inning, could not convert, and here now is Michael A. Taylor facing Justin Slayton. Much bigger crowd today, whether the pub crawl drew them or not. Pitch to Taylor, swing and a miss, blown by him by Slayton. The attendance report brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Whether you're craving fresh, hand-breaded chicken and chicken tenders or all-breast meat fried chicken sandwiches and nuggets, Crispy Crunchy Chicken delivers. 0-1. A little low.
If we get to extra innings, we could probably outlast their ability to sit here.
It is cooling off big time. Plus, for a lot of these folks, the bars beckon. 1-1. From Slayton, here's a high fly into right field. It'll settle down before the warning track. Hilliard's there to make the play. And a good start for Slayton, out number 1.
This is one of the differences between the Red Sox this year and the Red Sox last year, where you go to Slayton here, see Chapman in the 9th. And then if you get beyond that, based on the rest here, now you get Whitlock for a couple innings if you decide that that's what you want to do.
He is definitely available, is Whitlock. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Tie game. The pitch to Miguel Vargas. Pushes it back just a tiny bit. And it is 1-0. Slayton pitching for the 7th time. 4 runs in 5 innings, but really just 1 blow-up. A pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Such a huge part of the Red Sox bullpen. Here's a high fly foul straight back to the right side. And it is 2-1. 3 days ago against the Blue Jays, Slayton came on and had a perfect inning. But 4 runs on 3 hits, 31st day of March. That will for some time torpedo his baseball card. The 2-1. High fly again into right field. Abreu drifts to his right. He's there to make the play. And they're 2 away. Crazy how many games the Red Sox have played just like this in the last 3 years in this ballpark against this downtrodden White Sox team.
I said it yesterday. You give them hope, and you see what happens.
Here's Nick Maton. Slayton throws. And he sort of missed with that curveball up and away.
I also think, too, and nobody wants to hear this, I'll say it anyway, I do think they're better than last year's team by a slight margin.
I definitely agree with that. The 1-0 is chopped on the right side. First baseman Gonzalez backhands flips to the covering Slayton in time. Very nicely done on both sides. And the inning is over. 2-2. We go to the 9th inning. Well, the Red Sox, they'll have Rafaela, Romy, and Devers when we return on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Las ofertas de la fiesta de primavera en Lowe's siguen con todo. Obtén 5 bolsas de mulch de color Premium Stay Green de 2 pies cúbicos por solo $10. También ahorra hasta 40% en electrodomésticos selectos y además ahorra hasta $300 al comprar 2 o más electrodomésticos de cocina GE de $396 o más. Válido hasta 4/16. Excluye Alaska y Hawaii. Selección varía por lugar. Hasta agotar existencias. Detalles y artículos que califican en Lowe's.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
First pitch of the top of the ninth off the bat of Cedon Rafaela, grounded at third, and just like that, one away. Jordan Leisure continuing in the game. It'll bring up Romy Gonzalez. The Red Sox have announced that Richard Fitz left with right shoulder pain. Not good. He was excellent today. 2-2, top 9. Here's Romy. Been awesome at the plate today. He takes the fastball up and away. The Herb Chambers batting order in this ninth inning brought to you by Herb Chambers Hyundai of Auburn. The big fella, Aroldis Chapman, is up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. He'll pitch, I think, no matter what. Romy chops one toward third. Backing up is Vargas. He throws to first, and Gonzalez is gone. 2 very quick ground ball outs. Devers is due up, which means Will Venable's coming out to go to a lefty out of his bullpen. Top 9 tied in Chicago. We'll come back, tell you who is coming on to see Devers after this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, your New England Ford dealers remind you that this is the perfect time to check out all their great Ford truck offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on Ford F-150, built Ford tough and smarter than ever. The legendary Super Duty, our most capable heavy-duty pickup, and the turbocharged Ranger, ready for your next adventure. Visit buyfordnow.com and see why now's the time to buy or lease your new Ford truck.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Tyler Gilbert is the left-hander on for Will Venable and the Chicago White Sox. Base is empty, 2 down, top 9. Will Venable playing the numbers against Rafi Devers, who will bat here. Tyler Gilbert is a guy who started for a long time with the Arizona Diamondbacks, started with the Phillies, and threw a no-hitter in the big leagues. And here he is as a bullpen arm, and he'll face Devers with 2 down in the ninth.
Sure. You look at the arsenal, 4-seamers, cutters, sinker, sweeper, knuckle, curve. So 3 of 5 pitches moving away from Rafi in this situation.
One thing to think about, again, this combo of Devers and Bregman. One thing Rafi has done so well is pass the baton. He has not been overeager. He's taken a lot of pitches. He's willing to walk. So I think that's part of his mindset here as he steps to the plate. A tie game at the top of the ninth. 2 down with Bregman out on deck. Left on left. Pitch way outside, not close. A slider that probably does not tickle Will Venable there. A slider non-competitive in any way. And it's 1-0 to Rafi. Gilbert is ready. The pitch. Swinging a shot into right field. It will hang up, though. Into right field. Palacios has it. Top spinning liner caught, and the inning is over. We're going to see Aroldis Chapman try to keep this game tied as we go to the bottom of the ninth, 2-2 in Chicago in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Las ofertas de la fiesta de primavera en Lowe's siguen con todo. Obtén 5 bolsas de mulch de color Premium Stay Green de 2 pies cúbicos por solo $10. También ahorra hasta 40% en electrodomésticos selectos y además ahorra hasta $300 al comprar 2 o más electrodomésticos de cocina GE de $396 o más. Válido hasta 4/16. Excluye Alaska y Hawaii. Selección varía por lugar. Hasta agotar existencias. Detalles y artículos que califican en Lowe's.com.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Here we go, bottom of the ninth, power on power. Aroldis Chapman, the Red Sox closer. We'll see Luis Robert Jr., who's the reason this game is tied. Chapman has been great. 6 outings, 5 2/3 scoreless. Game on the line in the bottom of the ninth. Chapman works on the third base side of the rubber. The big, strong left-hander throws, and Robert takes a painted fastball, and it is 0-1. Chapman has seen Robert 3 times. Luis has 2 hits, including a double against him. 0-1. Couple Cubans matching up here as a shattered bat. Down the third base side, a foul ball. I mean, that bat went into 19 pieces.
Oh, my God. You can't even call it a bat anymore.
0-2. Kindling for sure. Best spear in Gladiator.
Best part of Aroldis Chapman 2 days ago against the Blue Jays. 11 pitches, 10 strikes.
He has been filling the zone. He's taken a little bit off, has Chapman, and he's been dominant. 0-2 to Robert. Here's the pitch. And it is just high. I mean, that could have easily been called a strike. 101 up and in. A ball, and it's 1-2. 2-2, bottom 9, the pitch. That's a little bit overthrown. A splitter up above the zone, 2-2. The guy on the mound and the guy in the right-handed batter's box can share stories that very few on planet Earth can. And how difficult it was to be meeting here in this moment. The 2-2. Swing and a foul back. Wow, 98. Robert close to that one, and it's 2-2. The stories of defection are harrowing, to say the least. Here they are in big league baseball in the bottom of the 9th inning. Chapman throws, and that is called a ball. It was maybe a little inside, 100 miles an hour. He's hearing it from the dugout. Now, the home plate umpire is barking back at the Red Sox dugout, Paul Clemens. It's more about the 1-2 pitch than that one. 3-2 to Robert. Need a strike here. Chapman throws, and it is low. But with a splitter, Robert did check his swing. So the go-ahead winning run is aboard here. Leadoff walk in the bottom of the ninth.
The good news is the misses were not bad. This is not can't find the zone completely, Aroldis Chapman, but the bad news is the result of that. And now what we saw yesterday with Robert, he can go at any moment, even with a left-hander on the mound.
So a good test here for Narvaez. Here's Andrew Vaughn, the pitch. Ripped down the left field line, but foul. And out of play. Vaughn, in his career, has seen Chapman 5 times. He's 3 for 5 with a homer. Tie game, bottom 9. Leadoff man aboard for Chicago. Chapman throws, and Vaughn swings and misses at a big-time 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and it is 0-2. He really has been so in control, Chapman. And the Red Sox uni. 0-2, runner goes, swinging a high pop, foul of first. Romy gives it a look, but that will get into the seats, out of play. That's really interesting that the White Sox are going to gamble with Robert. I mean, Narvaez throws so well. Chapman is not quick to the plate. That knee goes up very high. Looks like a flamingo before he throws the pitch. So it's more about the pitcher than Narvaez. We'll see if Robert thinks about it again. Romy holding him at first. 0-2. Chapman throws, and a swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball up and out of the zone. How do you do? 100 miles an hour and a big first out.
Picture perfect 4-second sequence. Chapman holding the ball, staring at Robert, made him stand there for just a little extra beat, and then delivered a sinker above the zone at 100, started outer half, and ran away from the right-hand batter.
Well, this is one of those really cool moments where the manager sends Andrew Bailey to the mound to sort of discuss strategy here with Robert. Maybe they're seeing something with him, and a pinch hitter. Palacios will be lifted for Baldwin, so it's more about the scouting report on Baldwin here. Here's my report. Do that again.
Let's try 100, please.
He really has been fantastic, Chapman. So here's Brooks Baldwin, who played in yesterday's game. A couple of hits in the late innings. Winning run is at first base in Robert. Chapman throws, and Baldwin bunts it foul straight back. What in the world is that? Look, it's a struggling team. They've won 3 of their 13. Chapman's left-handed. Bregman maybe level with the bag. That is something you never see in modern baseball. Wow. 0-1. Robert leads at first. And he throws to first! No, he just was late. Luis Robert was leaning towards second. Chapman almost had him picked off.
Robert's got a smile on his face. Yeah, he leaned. He took a half step. Chapman realized it. I'm not sure if he was necessarily planning to go to first. Oh, man. 6 inches away there.
Tied at 2 in the ninth. 0-1 with 1 out. The pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. But no throw from Narvaez. So winning run in scoring position. That was stolen entirely off of Chapman. And it's 0-2. Chapman does have that true closer's mentality. He does not mind runners aboard, but a broken bat hit could win the game. 0-2 to Brooks Baldwin. A pitch is fouled back to the screen. Four-seamer at 98. And stays 0-2. Chase Mydroth is on deck. Oh and 2. Winning run at second for the White Sox. The pitch is just inside 100 miles an hour. And it's 1-2. Two to 2, bottom 9. Chapman is ready at the letters. He throws. Swinging a shot into left field, and the White Sox are going to win the game. Rounding third is Robert. He will score. Andrew Vaughn has won the series for the White Sox. The final today is 3-2. The Red Sox nightmare on the south side of Chicago continues. 3-2 White Sox. The Nissan postgame show is next on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Well, another very tough afternoon on the south side of Chicago. The Red Sox fall in the bottom of the ninth inning 3-2, and they will lose this series to the White Sox. They need Garrett Crochet to come in and be the stopper to win 1 of 3 in Chicago. And Cooper, this one not as nasty as last night, not as dispiriting, but everything in this game changed the minute that Richard Fitz left the mound.
He was dominating this game. He looked like the guy that wanted to stop what's been going on over the last 6, 7, 8 days. And he was for 5 innings. And he throws that pitch, and he leaves the game holding on to his shoulder. Again, right shoulder pain. And it's almost incomprehensible what happens from that point on. Luis Robert hits the home run on a middle fastball. It's not good pitch selection, or at least pitch execution, that is, from a Red Sox point of view. And you know what? Aroldis Chapman had not allowed to run before that 9th inning. And it's a splitter to Baldwin. Could you say maybe, throw a fastball to a guy who's never hit more than 200 against fastballs in his career? Maybe. But, they executed down the stretch, and the Red Sox just couldn't find a way and couldn't find a way offensively again.
Well, I think Chapman probably did strike Robert out. It looked like that 1-2 pitch was there, but he ends up walking him, and then the steal sets the wheels in motion. So the big headline is that not only have they lost 2 to the Chicago White Sox, who had won 2 total games coming into this one in their first 12, but again, the offense was just not good enough. I mean, Martin Perez is who he is. They got the rally going in the 5th inning. They score a couple of runs. He chases. Then the bullpen comes in, and in the 7th inning, Rafaela singles. He steals a bag. Romy Gonzalez hits the ball hard, but does not do the job. They intentionally walk Devers. Bregman flies out weakly to right field, and then Ref Snyder strikes out. And unfortunately, early in this year, Cooper, that has been the story for this team. They just have not made the most of opportunities.
Yeah, and it's like, and we can talk about the in-scoring position numbers, and they're really brutal in a relatively small sample size early in the year. You're 1 for 6 today. but it's just an offensive problem. It's not a runners in scoring position problem. It's 7 for 32 with 1 extra base hit today. It's 6 walks, which is great, but it's 1 total extra base hit. And this lineup that was built to slug in a way that the last few years has not, is not slugging. And on a day like today, it's what you need. Those hits have to be for extra bases, and it just hasn't been the case so far.
Yeah, they got the triple from Rafaela, and that's it. I mean, this team will have Duran back in there tomorrow. Garrett Crochet will be on the mound, so you feel good about that. But this is like the unsolvable mystery of all time. The Red Sox come here, and for whatever reason, Cooper, for 3 years running, it's been a house of horrors.
It's so bizarre. I mean, it's Martin Perez nickel and diming you for 5 innings. I mean, truly. And look, Luis Robert, just to be fair, talent-wise is up there with anybody in the game, despite what happened last year. And he's their star, and he won them the game today. He hit a 2-run home run to tie it. He stole second to score the game-winning run. And, the reality is their star slug today, and the Red Sox did not.
No doubt about that. So, Garrett Crochet will try to play the role of stopper in the ballpark that he first knew as a major league pitcher. Joe Weil has got the Nissan postgame show next for Roberto Lopez and David Azer back at the flagship WEEI. And, of course, for Cooper Boardman, Will Fleming saying so long from Rate Field. Nothing guaranteed here lately for the Red Sox. 3-2, White Sox win it. I'll talk to you tomorrow on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Canva presents your work horoscope for this week. Deadlines are in retrograde, which we all know can bring some intense energy. Our advice: fend off this forecast with Canva. Like Canva whiteboards to counter creative blocks, and Canva Docs for clarity in communications. If you have any sales deals coming through, results will be in your favor with Canva presentations, manifesting many wins for you. It's a great week to love your work at canva.com.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Red Sox lose in walk-off fashion for the first time this year. They fall 3-2 against the White Sox. So the Red Sox lose their series in Chicago, even though we have one more game coming up tomorrow. They have now dropped 5 of their last 6 games, and they lose once again to a White Sox team that is now just 4-10 on the season. Brooks Baldwin walk-off single against Aroldis Chapman, who gives up his first run of the 2025 campaign. I'm Joe Weil. You're listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. The Red Sox have only scored 11 runs now over their last 6 games, and once again they struggle with runners in scoring position, going just 1 for 6 in this one. Lone hit being a Romy Gonzalez RBI single back in the 5th inning when the Red Sox were leading 2-0, and then it all fell apart from there because Richard Fitz, he leaves the game with right shoulder pain just as he gets the 6th inning started. Then Zach Kelly comes in. He finishes the at-bat against Miguel Vargas, walks him. 2 batters later, Luis Robert on a middle fastball hits it out to right center field to tie the game. And then Robert was a part of the action in the 9th. He walks to start off the 9th, steals 2nd, then comes around to score on the Brooks Baldwin pinch hit walk-off single. And again, Chicago takes it over Boston by a score of 3-2. The Red Sox now 7-9 to start the season. So a year, obviously, with so much expectation, has not gotten off on the right foot. And once again, the offense, a big part of it. The struggles for this Red Sox club continues over this 6-game stretch. Pitching side, not as bad. Actually did pretty well, all things considered. And the Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. And today, Red Sox pitchers had 9 strikeouts. That means another $450 to the Jimmy Fund to help strike out cancer. Arbella here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. And for every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season, the Red Sox Radio Network will donate $40 to Cars for Kids. We're making our donation. You should too. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go to carsforkids.com to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K. Again, the White Sox beat the Red Sox by a score of 3-2 in the middle match of a 3-game set. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
When we come back, we'll get to the Subaru of New England scoreboard update. We'll also get to the McFarland energy play of the game. Again, the final, White Sox 3, Red Sox 2. You're listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Back with more of the Nissan Postgame Show right after this along the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
La fiesta de primavera en Lowe's trae ahorros imperdibles. Compra 3 bolsas de tierra para jardín Miracle Grow de 0.75 pies cúbicos y obtén 3 gratis. Además, compra 2 pinturas y tintes para exteriores selectos y obtén 1 gratis con reembolso por correo. Lowe's, nosotros ayudamos, tú ahorras. Válido hasta 4/16. Excluye Alaska y Hawái. Selección varía por lugar. Oferta excluye liquidación y mal tintados. No combinable con otra oferta.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And we're back with Canva Presents Secret Sounds Work Edition. Caller, guess this sound.
It's a mouse click.
So close. That's actually publishing a website with Canva Docs. Next caller.
Definitely a mouse click.
Nice try. It was sorting 100 sticky notes with a Canva whiteboard. We also would have accepted resizing a Canva video into 10 different sizes.
What? No way.
Yes way. One click can go a long way. Love your work at canva.com.
Hey, weekend warriors. How's a little trail therapy sound right now? Hop in. Let's go for a ride in the all-new Nissan Armada Pro 4X. Tune out all those work emails and turn up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. And Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Carla only has the best tech.
Can't connect to network.
But she didn't have the best internet. So she got Cox multi-gig speeds to power all her... Now, all her tech is...
Connected.
Give your tech the speed it deserves. Get our top-tier internet with Cox multi-gig. 2 gig download speeds, individual speeds vary. See Cox.com for details.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
It's Alex Cora from your Boston Red Sox. You are listening to WEI, available anytime for free on the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
2-2, bottom 9. Chapman is ready at the letters. He throws. Swinging a shot into left field, and the White Sox are going to win the game. Rounding third is Robert. He will score. Andrew Vaughn has won the series for the White Sox. The final today is 3-2. The Red Sox nightmare on the south side of Chicago continues. 3-2 White Sox.
And that was the McFarland Energy play of the game. And upgrade your air conditioning system before the summer rush at McFarlandEnergy.com. So it's Brooks Baldwin, walk-off RBI single in the 9th. White Sox beat the Red Sox by a score of 3-2. And what a tough go for this Red Sox club that has lost 5 of 6. They've only scored 11 runs over their last 6 games. And once again, the offense doesn't do a whole lot. They get 2 runs in the 5th inning. Richard Fitz gets hurt in the 6th inning with right shoulder pain after he was rolling through 5. And then Zach Kelly gives up a 2-run home run to Luis Robert. White Sox take it with the walk-off hit in the 9th inning. So, Red Sox now 7-9 to start the season, and 3-6 now on the road. White Sox, they improved to 4-10. I'm Joe Weil. You're listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. So now the Sox tomorrow, and we'll get to this in a moment, but Boston is going to look to salvage the series finale against the Chicago White Sox tomorrow. That's a 2:10 start time. And don't forget to tune into the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show, which begins at 1:10. I'll have your coverage there before Will and Cooper have the call again from Chicago. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. And now, once again, we're looking at Garrett Crochet as the stopper, which, you know, he's the ace of this team, so rightfully so, we're looking for him to turn things around. But, you know, you came into this series against a White Sox team that was just 2-10, hoping to maybe sweep, and instead now you're looking to just take 1 of 3. But it's Garrett Crochet making his first start back at his old home. Of course, was with the White Sox before coming to the Red Sox. So we'll see if he can deliver for this team in the series finale, now desperately looking for a win. Time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard. A little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And we have some finals in the American League East. The Yankees end up beating the San Francisco Giants 8-4. They scored 5 runs in the 5th inning. Ben Rice hit a home run in that game, the Cohasset native. He now has 4 home runs in the season. He's gotten off to a really good start for the Yankees, who are 8-6. So they have the best winning percentage in the AL East. Just goes to show how mediocre of a start the division has had. And they've overtaken the Toronto Blue Jays for the top spot through this early part of the season, because the Blue Jays lost to the Orioles by a score of 5-4. Cedric Mullins hit a go-ahead 2-run double in the 6th inning in that game. So the Orioles now 6-8, and the Blue Jays now 8-7. Tampa Bay and Atlanta going head-to-head today. That game just went final. Braves 5, Rays 4. Other finals around Major League Baseball: Detroit 4, Minnesota 0. Philadelphia takes down the Cardinals by a score of 4-1. Oakland beats the Mets 3-1, and then I shouldn't say Oakland, Sacramento beats the Mets 3-1. Getting used to that this year. Bear with me for that moment. A's beat the Mets 3-1 one more time. And then Miami ends up taking down the Washington Nationals by a score of 7-6. Looking at games in progress, Royals and Guardians tied at 1 going into the bottom of the 4th in Cleveland. Pirates and Reds, no score. Bottom 3rd, Angels ahead of the Astros by a score of 2-0 in the top of the 1st inning. Coming up next, by the way, for us on WEI and the free Odyssey app is Red Sox Review. So we want to hear your calls, get your thoughts on this one. You can also text us as well. The number to call in or text in, 617-779-7937. Again, 617-779-7937. We'll hear from Alex Cora, but again, we want to hear from you after another tough loss for this group. Again, it's early. It's only April 12th, but to lose a series to the White Sox certainly does not feel great. You've been listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. We'll plug the number one more time before we duck out. 617-779-7937 for Red Sox Review, which is coming up next. But want to thank everybody for tuning into this production of Red Sox Baseball. Want to thank Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman on the call, David Azer behind the glass. I'm Joe Weil giving you the final one final time. White Sox 3, Red Sox 2. Thanks for listening along the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
You have been listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at NissanUSA.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather-appointed seats are available features.
And we're back with Canva Presents Secret Sounds Work Edition. Caller, guess this sound.
It's a mouse click.
So close. That's actually publishing a website with Canva Docs. Next caller.
Definitely a mouse click.
Nice try. It was sorting 100 sticky notes with a Canva whiteboard. We also would have accepted resizing a Canva video into 10 different sizes.
What? No way.
Yes way. One click can go a long way. Love your work at Canva.com.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
Head to Gillette Stadium for the New England Revolution versus New York City FC on Saturday, April 19th at 7:30 and celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the first ever home match.
This place a rock.
Commemorative ticket giveaway will be available at all gates to celebrate this historic match and 30 seasons of New England Revolution soccer while supplies last April 19th. Get your tickets at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
La fiesta de primavera en Lowe's trae ahorros imperdibles. Compra 3 bolsas de tierra para jardín Miracle Grow de 0.75 pies cúbicos y obtén 3 gratis. Además, compra 2 pinturas y tintes para exteriores selectos y obtén 1 gratis con reembolso por correo. Lowe's, nosotros ayudamos, tú ahorras. Válido hasta 4/16. Excluye Alaska y Hawái. Selección varía por lugar. Oferta excluye liquidación y mal tintados. No combinable con otra oferta.
Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
This is Red Sox Review, and it starts right now. Here's your host, Joe Weil.
Well, the hope coming into today is that we were going to be talking about a bounce-back, much-needed Red Sox win. Instead, we're talking about another Red Sox loss, and another Red Sox loss against the lowly Chicago White Sox. They fall 3-2 in walk-off fashion. Brooks Baldwin, walk-off RBI single in the 9th inning. And after the Red Sox were ahead 2-0, looking good, Richard Fitz gets hurt. Zach Kelly ends up giving up a 2-run home run to Luis Robert. The bats don't show anything over the last couple innings. And here we are, talking about another loss to this White Sox team that, even though they've won the first 2 games of the series, is just 4-10. Boston's now 7-9. It's only April 12th. At the same time, this is not what we were expecting to be talking about coming into this season at this point. And especially after that Cardinal series where they go and they sweep them and they beat their brains in the last game, most specifically. The vibes were high. It was feeling good. We were all feeling good. But now this team has lost 5 of 6. They dropped 3 out of 4 against the Blue Jays. They were able to pull that last one out. But the worst loss of the season on Friday, and this one hurts just because for a time it looked promising. Martin Perez had their number for the most part, but they got to him in the 5th inning. They had the lead. I talked about in pregame how important that was because they were 4-0 this season when they scored first. And then Richard Fitz gets hurt, which stinks because he seems like a guy that can help this rotation. That's without Brian Bayo. That's without Lucas Giolito. That is without Cutter Crawford. And now you got to plug in that hole after he left with right shoulder pain. Aroldis Chapman finally gives up his first run of the season. We knew that would come at some point, but it comes in this game again when you wanted to see them bounce back against a team that coming into the year, you would have thought, okay, they need to win those series. And now they've for sure lost that, hoping that their ace, Garrett Crochet, can be the stopper coming up tomorrow. Joe Weil with you here on Red Sox Review, 617-779-7937. We want to hear from you. Calls are already rolling in. Texts are already rolling in. We're going to get to all you guys before we duck out right before 8 o'clock. But again, this is the forum. This is the time. Let me be your therapist. Let me be some comfort, although I'll tell it like it is too with this team. And, listen, again, it's April 12th. There's still so much time left, but 16 games in, I didn't expect 7-9. I didn't. The vibes seem good. With the moves that they made coming into this year to be a win now team, this is not what I expected. With the errors, the lack of hitting with runners in scoring position, just the opportunities that they've had this year that they haven't capitalized in outside of April 4th to April 6th. This has been tough. And again, they're in a bad division, at least right now, record-wise. And this American League is so mediocre that there's going to be time. But we have a lot of questions about this team right now. Can they finally produce with runners in scoring position? But now, what do they do to fill Richard Fitz's spot before Brian Bayo comes back? And then Lucas Giolito after that. They'll eventually get Bayo back. But still, this rotation now is less whole than it even was coming into the day. But offensively, I'm shocked that this team has been as poor at the plate as they have been over these last 6 games. Only 11 runs. We'll talk about the runners in scoring position all show long. The opportunities keep coming, but they're not cashing them in. Before we go further, let's hear from Alex Cora and what he had to say after this one.
He has like right shoulder pain. He's going to go to Boston tomorrow night. And we'll see where we at, but he's going to get an MRI, I think it's Monday, and we'll go from there.
Are you concerned that it might be something?
I mean, whenever you have to come out of the game, and then, obviously we talk about MRIs, you always get concerned, He really wanted to keep going, and my job is to take care of my players, right, our players, and, hopefully we stop at the right time and he doesn't lose too much time.
Did he he noticed it before that pitch, or was that kind of when it?
He was talking about it. He threw a sweeper the pitch before. He felt tight a little bit, and the next pitch had the same sensation. So that's when we went out there.
With as good as he was going, how much did things kind of change once you left?
I mean, the walk and the homer, right? That's where we at right now, right? We had I think it was a 2-2 count, right? And we ended up walking him, and then Robert threw a fastball, middle, and put a good swing on it.
On that, the steal there, was somebody supposed to be covering second?
No, he didn't have a grip to throw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How tough to lose a game where you give up 4 hits?
They're always tough, but we didn't score, At the end of the day, we're going to start hitting, we know that, But I think our team did a good job early on, changing speeds, using the sinker and the changeup, whatever. Then we put good at-bats. We got out of the game, but then after that, we weren't able to do too much offensively.
What are you kind of seeing offensively over the last week?
I think today we didn't chase as much. We talked about it last night, me and Pete, if you look at it, and I think you mentioned it, we had like 33%